Good morning and welcome to Bern. We are here for the women's semi-final as part of the IFSC Boulder World Cup. My name is Matt Groom and I'm joined by Jack McDougall in the commentary box this morning. Jack, look, we know you from crushing boulders, but just tell us a little bit more about yourself.
I climb for Team GB, and yeah, I'm doing the World Cup circuit this year for Boulder, and it's going great. So
it is going great. Honestly, you are standout this year, and tomorrow we're going to see you back in semis, right?
Not quite. No, 25th place, one attempt out.
That's the worst position to be in, isn't it?
I was like waiting for so long. It was like on the edge, but it's okay. I'm over it now.
Well, Jack, you're joining us today, and it's lovely for you to be here with us. We're now looking at the overall title sponsored by Euroholds, and this can actually change and be won at this competition. We'll talk more about that in the finals when it becomes relevant. But basically, all year the scores are added up. The athletes with the highest score, which is currently Oriane Berton, would theoretically take the overall title. Mao Nakamura is in touch, as is Melody Sikakawa in third, Annie Sanders in fourth, and those athletes will be climbing later today, so we'll see them. And you can see going down the list a couple of athletes who have got medals recently. Gat with the silver, Nali with that gold, and Erin McNeese, part of your team, Jack, down in 10th at the moment. We're about to see Erin, but before we see her, we're going to talk about the boulders here. Women's number one of your favourites to read.
I think this is my favourite block of the round from looking at it. Like, anything that's just big coordination moves on relatively juggy holds, like, I love it. So it should be fun to watch, should be dynamic, should be explosive.
Fairly simple to read, right? So a big move up to the 10.
Yeah, big stand-up paddle move through to 10, followed by a lache out to the side. Simple work.
Perfect. And then from that to women's 2, more crimpy and sort of pockety cross
Yeah, way more powerful this one. I think we have a fun little maybe 360 spin in the middle of it. So hopefully we'll get to see some facing the crowd, which is always sick. But yeah, power blocks, good to see.
Yes, it is. So pockets on the blues, up towards those yellows, and you finish on a no-tex hold. And Jack, you spotted a tiny little jib on that no-tex.
Inside this 25-point hold, there is minuscule little yellow jib, so if people are holding it a bit strange, that's why.
Yeah, good spot by Jack. I hadn't had my coffee this morning, I missed that one, so well done, mate. So that is, now women's number 3, it looks like a sort of wiggle at the beginning as well, but we think it's going to be a knee bar according to the setters. And finally the slab.
Bit hard to see here with the lights, but some standard volume standing, jib standing. I think we got a cool little step through, step out move in the middle. It's just me who can stand on their feet the best, basically.
It's kind of classic slab, this one, isn't it?
I like to see it, and it's beautiful. These holds, love them.
Yeah, 360, well done, bringing out those new volumes this year. The wood, which as you said, I mean, it's disguised by kind of a 360 overlay here, but the wood section is no texture, and I swear that the wood is slippier than no-tex plastic.
Sometimes. I think often, like, we've learned how to use no-tex plastic, and this is like a new type of no-tex, which is just different. It's fun to be challenged in a way that, like, is different. Like, you've got to work it out while you're on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's like ice when you touch those things. Okay, well, in a couple of minutes, our 24 athletes will start to enter the stage. We're trying to whittle them down to just 8 finalists. That final will be taking place this evening. And we're going to be starting... In fact, let's have a look at the starting list, shall we? So, 24 athletes making it from qualification. Nastia Corbett down at the bottom, just squeaking in from Ukraine. Some Italian athletes who are more in the European circuit at the moment, starting to break into the World Cup scene. And as we go down the list, we can see Mao Nakamura. Not the greatest qualifying session for her, some work to do.
Yeah, for sure. But she can. She's very capable of it. I think... Yeah, she's very good, very strong. We'll see better today.
Absolutely. Yuetong Zhang, highest place is Chinese finisher. And then we start to hit Great Britain, your teammate, Emma Edwards.
Yeah, they both had a great qualifying session. Erin and Emma both threw very highly and comfortably. I'm psyched to watch them today. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, it really is. So let's see if they can get themselves back into another finals. Of course, they were in Prague, which was cancelled last week, but the podiums were arranged. Oriane Berton was at the top of that podium, gold, and her teammate Agathe silver underneath that. And then Annie Sanders down at the bottom. She will come out last because she qualified first. And Annie, again, on a bounce back from Prague. She struggled there.
Yeah, Prague was definitely not her comp. She's very good, very strong this year. She just didn't find her flow in semis. So hopefully she has a better round today.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the boulders to see if they'll suit her. There are some big swingy moves, and that is definitely her Achilles heel.
She will love this boulder too. Like, she's going to have a great time on that.
Yes, those pockets, those little crimps, and is going to be enjoying that. Okay, well, the clock will tick down. And our first athlete runs onto the stage.
Okay,
Nastia.
let's go.
Yeah, it's a long sprint, I tell you what.
Yeah, tiring.
Yeah. Right, so she turns, the time goes. Nastia, fresh off the back of a European silver, the Youth World Champs, Youth Championships.
European Championship silver.
Yeah.
She had a shoulder injury over winter, so it's fun to see her back competing. And this is her first Boulder World Cup semi-final. So, career best.
Yeah, we've seen her in lead quite a few times. She's always, it's like she has this shock whenever she gets in. There's actually a really sort of endearing thing to see.
Yeah, she's so sweet. She's honestly one of my favourite people. She's wonderful.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. Well, a big jump for Nastia, and she is certainly one of the smaller competitors out there on the screen. I'm going to find her exact height, actually. But a jump like this, when you are a bit smaller, obviously you've just got to go more power off the legs.
Way more attack. Yeah. You've got to be springy, but also you train to be springier. Come on, let's go.
Training to be springier is a really good point here. You just have to make up for some of your natural difficulties by expanding on other things.
Yeah.
And she'll fit into easier boxes later on in this competition.
Yeah.
But this is a big move. And you were talking about that right foot on these starting holds.
Yes.
Where if you were a man, you'd maybe jump off the left. But
yeah, I was unsure whether it would be 1 step or 2 steps before you jump. For me, I would certainly just do 1 step, but as a 6-foot man, it's a lot easier.
Yes.
Whereas we can see Nastia is going left foot, right foot, and then trying to jump.
Yeah, but the right foot is obviously worse. We can see her sliding off.
Very slopey feet.
Yeah.
Which is fun. I like it when blocks, like standing on slopey feet is usually like a slab skill. So I like it when it can be tested on other blocks. That was a good attempt.
Nastia getting closer and closer now.
Getting a bit of bite off those footholds so she could actually start jumping.
Yeah, she's got, a minute extra from finals, so 5 minutes on the clock. The athletes do not get to see the boulders before they come out in semi-finals.
Yeah, this is all on site.
But to me, a fairly easy to read set of boulders.
Yeah, there was nothing crazy. Maybe the start of Boulder 3 with the weird crack could throw a few people, but I don't think there's anything mental out here.
Yeah, if there are any crack climbers listening, you will really enjoy Boulder number 3, although unfortunately we don't think it's going to be climbed like a crack. But
not quite. Maybe a bit more simple knee bar, but we'll see when we get there.
All right, Nastia, 2 minutes 25 on the clock. The crowd clapping. The crowd very, very active early on in the morning here.
Oh, that was incredible. Okay, and now she swings. This is going to be fun.
Jump number 2 then, springing off that black volume. Very close.
That was really good. She can do this boulder for sure.
That's going to give her such a kick. You can see the way she's walking back as well.
As soon as you get points on the board in any form, it's like so reassuring. You can relax into the round and start climbing way more freely.
And to remind everyone about those points, 10 points for a zone, 25 for a top, minus 0.1 for every failed attempt to that zone. And Nastia, with 2 minutes almost on the clock now.
She's got plenty of time.
She knows it, doesn't she?
Yeah. She'll take a moment to breathe, rest, even though it's not physically hard this boulder because it's only 2 moves. You need to make sure that you have the time to be calm and not too warm.
Yeah.
So she'll take a moment, I think.
Yes, we are inside here at this competition. The air conditioning is blasting, so the conditions are pretty good for the athletes.
It's working hard because it is warm outside. Yeah. But in here, good conditions for climbing.
I just thought I'm chilly in my t-shirt. It's that kind of temperature.
Okay, come on.
Oh, just.
Wow.
Very low on that.
Almost took it though.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if we see someone like Annie Sanders later come out and stay on that first hold.
Yes, women especially love to break these cordo moves.
They have an absolute blast doing it.
So Nastia will go again. A minute now on the clock.
Ali Nastia, come on.
That's better. Right, pulls to the 10 now, the second jump.
Oh, it's close, it's close.
She has time for one more as well. She can time to chalk up, breathe a little bit for 15 seconds, and then that'll be it.
So on that attempt, she didn't actually stand on the second foot I was talking about earlier. She did just push off the first one, jump to the thing, and pull through to the zone. So clearly there are different ways the first move can work.
She has time.
Yeah.
So she's already got the zone. She's going for the top. 14 seconds. She's got to do it now, and she's got to go quickly here. Starts this swing.
Come on, Nastia, let's go.
Is there going to be a last-minute buzzer beater? 6 seconds, 5. She launches. It's a bit low. Close, but not quite for Nastia.
Beautiful. That was a good effort. That was a good effort.
She's so much fun to watch out on the stage, is Nastia.
She's one of those athletes you can just tell loves it.
Yeah.
Like, through and through.
Right, well, she will leave, and we now look at Boulder. No, I'll still stick with Boulder number 1 now.
Yeah.
Soon we'll have Boulder number 2. Right, Stella comes out, and she's had a very good European Cup season so far, hasn't she?
She podiumed in second in Rome, which is obviously a home European Cup in Italy, so that was a beautiful moment to watch. It was really fun. I think my favourite thing about Stella is the way she walks out to the boulder with her glasses on. We'll read it with her glasses on, and then in a few seconds we'll see her take her glasses off.
But you're a glasses on climber.
I just climb with them on, yeah. I need to try contacts, but that's a later problem. There you go, glasses off, she's ready.
All right, Stella prepares herself, gets set for this jump. She's trying to do it a bit more statically. She just launches and quite easily into the first move.
Stops on that first hold.
Bit taller, that would have helped her with that pop.
For sure.
Here we go again. Tell you what, she's read this really well on the first attempt.
Yeah, that was really good. When athletes can decide when to go fast versus when to go slow, I find it very impressive.
Yeah.
Like knowing what your body can do and when you can stop is a really important skill that is really hard to get.
Yeah, Remy is the chief setter of this event. Sergio is here, and these two are really good with movement. And they're very good setters for allowing athletes some flexibility with how they do sequences.
Yeah. Which is nice. It's fun when a block can get sent multiple ways.
Yeah. So Stella, so easy into that move.
Yeah. She's going to have to go a little bit further over this foot when she swings this go. Whoa, more bad volumes.
Yeah, that right hand a bit low then. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to Bern. We're here for the women's semi-final. Today, it's the turn of the women to compete all day, and tomorrow we'll turn our attention to the men. And I am joined by Jack McDougall from Team GB in the commentary box. 25th. You know what?
Yeah.
I knew you hadn't got in, but I didn't realise it'd been that close.
Really close. Like, yeah, one attempt. I fell off the last move of 2 boulders. Like, could have got a little bit luckier, but it's fine. It's fine.
I was sitting with Sophia yesterday. I'll watch Stella first of all. So Stella jumping up. Oh, it's just beautifully into that hold, and then Giesi campers through. Let's watch where her feet land on this attempt. Very high that time with the feet. Yeah, I was talking to Sophia yesterday. She was just, she didn't make it through to this round.
Yeah.
Obviously in front of her home crowd, she would have wanted
It's
to.
a shame.
And we're both just like, why do we do this climbing thing?
Yeah.
You know, there's so much disappointment and failure, and then there's occasional glimpses of success.
Yes. I honestly, at the moment, I'm so into the whole package though. Like, the emotions you get from just missing semis are like as strong as the emotions from a really successful World Cup for me. And while it feels horrible in the moment, I think it's important for the whole ride. I'm here for the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's fun.
We're there for those glorious moments, but we enjoy the grind to get there. That's what my psychologist would say, but I'm not sure I agree in my dose of despair, but we'll see. All right, so Stella, with 2 minutes on the clock, is looking good. It's just this next move. Jack, what's not quite working for her, do you think?
So I think she basically needs to swing more. When we watched Nastia, she would get her hips well over the foot by the time she was going to the purple holds, which basically comes from more momentum from this first swing. This is better, I think.
She seems to
foot just keeps slipping.
Yeah, I mean, for me, she's slowing down that last sequence a bit too much. Like, and I think her feet are slipping because she's trying to stop almost.
Yeah.
Not stop to stay still, but just pausing a bit too long. Yeah.
Things away. I think later, maybe keeping an eye particularly on like Emma Edwards and some of the taller climbers. Maybe they will skip these first 2 holds and go straight to the end.
Interesting.
It's always something you have to think about when you're on a block like this. The last hold is really good.
Yeah.
If you can swing hard enough and just get there,
Ooh.
maybe it's worth it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. We'll have to see. Yeah, because those slopes are really bad. She's trying to pull off the right hand.
But this is Stella's second World Cup, second semi-final. She's only 18.
Yep.
It's a good performance. Hard to figure out what you need to do on moves in this sort of environment. But
Yes, there's lots of PBs in this one, in this competition. Yeah, there, Stella's coming off the back of that semi-final in Prague. Cleans those slopers up. And for her, this is tricky now, because 44 seconds, she hasn't really made progress since really that first attempt.
yeah, they've all been marginally better, but relatively similar.
This is where psychologically it's difficult to deal with, but she's up into the 10 now. Those points already locked in from her first go. Big swing from her. Not quite making it work with the foot placement on the slab.
Yeah. Okay, one last go, come on.
17 seconds on the clock. Latches the 10, resets herself. I just think she needs to be a bit faster with those feet.
Yeah, needs to carry it through past the first hold.
Yeah.
Almost.
But good try from Stella, as you said, still learning her trade within the
full
World
10
Cup.
points, no point one loss for attempts, so that is useful.
Yes,
With the new scoring system, zone attempts are worth way more because they are the same as top attempts now.
Yes, and that's what everyone is talking about at the moment, coaches. We're sort of figuring this out. This is a test year for the scoring system. But you're right, it's very interesting how that's become almost the most important thing in a competition.
Yeah, flashing zones is important.
Yeah, agreed.
So now we have Boulder 2 as well.
Yes, so Boulder 2 is on the right of your screen. The pocket pulling, potentially a rotation move at the top. And then Irani comes in. Irina comes in.
I think it's Irina's first semi-final as well at World Cup, maybe?
Yeah, I'm going to check that. As I said, we have lots of PBs here as well. So we'll see. 26th was her best result, so yes.
Okay, first look at Boulder 2.
Now that block crimp, Nastia will pull on those all day long.
All day long, yes. This is a big campus up. See if you can get a foot in.
It's clever setting by the setters. They made that right foot a real awkward one to get any power on.
Blocked the top of it for exactly that reason.
Oh, well done.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah, just about made the zone there. Irina not quite on the swing though. She'll have to rethink. Our brushers and volunteers did a really good job. Thank you to everyone in the stadium and outside the stadium who's keeping this thing running. There is an enormous crowd in here. I'm looking around.
Yeah, it's a good turnout.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere is good. Indoor venues often build the atmosphere a lot, which is fun.
Yeah, you lose all track of sort of space and time in here. It amazes me when you walk outside and it's still daylight.
Yeah.
Well, Nastia gets ready to go again. Irina as well, just resting a little bit. All right, Nastia up towards the block crimp. 3-finger dragging that crimp.
Oh, beautiful.
And then a fig four.
Ooh, interesting leg.
One day I'll see one of those work in a World Cup. Or maybe built into the setting, you never know.
That would be beautiful. I would support that.
It was a rock climbing move originally, before it became more of an ice climbing move.
They could exist for sure.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those things everyone tries about once and then sort of rethinks.
Yeah.
2 minutes 44 then. Both athletes resting on the stage. Nastia approaches again. Highest pricing Ukrainian athlete. The best ranking, I think, in terms of boulder and lead is Nastia. Lots of speed climbers who are very good from Team Ukraine.
Yeah. Obviously, they have Yevgenia, who is currently... Has she had a baby yet?
Not quite.
Not quite.
Very close, according to Instagram.
Yes. Which is wonderful to see. Very happy for her.
I know, so good. You can watch her journey.
That was good. She went a bit faster, didn't take the hand off the crimp before going to the pocket, which will take a lot of accuracy, but might work better to get the distance.
Ooh, sliding down that black volley. I don't know the hold manufacturer on that big black volley.
I think it's also an art line volume.
Okay.
They make very nice curved shapes, which is rare to see in a volume because the wood and material doesn't work so well for it.
Huh.
But it creates interesting angles to stand on. Yeah.
Do you have a hold shaping interest?
I have a massive hold.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm like a big fan. Yeah.
I love. I did some filming recently in the Trango factory where their hold shapers run. It's beautiful to work out how they do everything.
For sure.
Right, Nastia locks off that left arm, finds the right foot, but you can't really push off it, and it sends you backwards as well. That foot.
Yeah. That was a good attempt though. She did hit the pocket, not quite in, but she got the right location.
Would you be tempted to campus up through that sequence?
For me, yes. But I think because Nastia's quite short, if she was on a full lock, it would still be quite far to the next pocket, so she might need a bit of extra bounce to get there. I think when we see the stronger athletes come out later, they will go to this, cut the feet, one armor basically.
Center the weight in and go up. I can see that happening too. Well, Nastia will have to figure something out on this. 42 seconds.
I'm hoping for a French blow at some point. A little on the way.
30 seconds now. This is business time.
That was close.
Yeah, you see that run back to the chalk bag. She tickled it with those fingers, not quite. The dives are coming now as she goes back and forth, starts this flick. And she's done with 14 seconds. Nastia will go one last time up towards this pocket.
Oh, tired.
Yeah, you can see that energy drain away. So no score on Boulder 2 for Nastia. She'll leave with still that flash on the zone of 1, so that will be 10 still. So work to do for Nastia, but not a disaster as we come into our second 2.
I always think when people can climb in their first semi-final and look really good on the wall and happy and confident, it's impressive. Because it's easy to get stressed and forget how to climb.
Yeah, she belongs there. Well, this lady's done a lot of semi-finals.
She knows what she's doing.
Especially this year. I mean, she's made every semi.
She's been so consistent, yes. Yeah. She hasn't quite converted into a final yet. I would like to see that happen. Because she said this is going to be her last Boulder World Cup season.
Yes, well, let's just clarify that, because technically the wording was last full Boulder World Cup season.
That's
apparently she's leaving some space just in case she wants to come back.
Okay.
But yes, I have a feeling that, yeah, I mean, it's always difficult when you do a couple, because then you've got to be selected.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just pick and choose. So I'm very much hoping to see Kyra Condi again, but we will
Because she is also a wonderful person. She's
so cool, yeah. And so experienced. Straight in with the figure 4 for Stella as well.
Come on, make it work.
Yes, it does, Jack! Oh, my goodness. Go. Right, I can die happy now.
Okay.
Wow, what a moment.
Looks hard as well.
Yeah, it does. This is where you would maybe spin, but it looks like she's just going to launch.
I think she's going to spin dynamically, maybe.
Oh, she's going to lash it. And then
it's so good.
And Kyra very close to the top there. And that is when we say the crowd is packed in, it really is. All the way to the back of the arena now. And there's seating area as well. We're right in the middle. There's I feel like we're in a zombie movie.
Yeah, there's small barriers around us. That's the only thing stopping us being overrun.
The audience really enjoying things here. And that's our we. What a cool place to be here in Bern. Different from the World Championship venue, which is the building kind of...
next door.
Next door, literally, isn't it? This building was being built when we were at the World Champs. That's the seating. Cool crowd, really enjoying watching some of the world's best athletes. And almost at the end of our Boulder season now, which is...
Yeah, only one World Cup left.
Strange to think, isn't it?
Come on, Kyra. That was very good. Much closer.
Better and betting, as you heard the MC say, she touched the hold. It's getting close now.
Okay. We have Stella back on the wall. Oh. I think the figure of 4, it works to get the distance, but it puts a lot of strain into the hand on the pocket. All your weight gets pulled through it, so it gets tiring.
It really looks restful. And it's one thing ice climbers do quite well, and their Fig 4s and Fig 9s are usually going right to left, so it works better for those transitions.
Okay.
Oh, close there from Kyra. But yeah, if they're rock climbing move and you're cranking on it, it's basically doing like a one-armour.
It's hard. And just holding pockets is tricky, I think. People can crimp hard and pinch hard, but the pocket training is so specific to an open finger. It's more into the palm of the hand that needs to be strong than the specific fingers because they're not as engaged.
How do you train pockets? It's something I struggle with personally.
I think just making an effort to climb on them on spray walls and stuff. There are fingerboards with pocket edges you can mono train.
Okay. Practice makes perfect, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Kyra launches again, getting there. Further and further away.
I think we're going to see a lot of people getting very close to this last move.
It's a good bit of setting so far on that boulder. It's tantalisingly close, points on the board, but putting it all together is difficult.
Tricky.
Stella checks the clock. 1 minute 22 on the clock now. Not a lot of time to figure out this sequence, and I think it's an energy sapper of a boulder this, so you need to rest.
For sure. Having the confidence to rest there is hard.
And you can see Stella not quite getting this, and I think this is the case of maybe rest until the 30-second mark, give it another go, but she's pulling straight back on.
Especially given that she's probably aiming for the 10-point hold, not the top on this boulder. She can leave a bit later. Okay, come on, Kyra. Oh, so good.
She is in the top. Look at that surprise. It came out of nowhere for her.
She's so happy. I love it.
Oh,
the emotion.
And I say it came out of nowhere. She was getting closer and closer,
Yeah.
obviously. But in terms of sort of getting to that last hold, I think it caught her unawares.
You just hit it right once and suddenly you're in.
Yeah. Awesome. So points on the board for Cara
That's
Condi.
a good start to her round, for sure.
I'd love to see her in finals.
It'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. Cross our fingers.
A lot of work to
Early
do there.
days.
Yeah, very early days. To remind everyone, 24 athletes are here, 4 boulder problems. The highest 8 places will go through. And Oriane Berton come at the end, could wrap up the overall title, a World Cup before the end of this event, depending on certain stats. So we'll wait and see on that one.
Exciting comp.
Yeah, it is game on, isn't it?
So no points to Stella, but it was a good effort. Fun to see the Big Four work.
It was fun.
I hope we see more of that.
Me too, man. Sean McCall was going to be joining me tonight in the commentary box, and I've got this picture of him in Chamonix doing it and making it work a couple of years ago.
He's an icon.
He is, yeah. All right, here we go. The athletes released onto the stage. Kaho Murakoshi out.
Is this another first-time semi-finalist?
Well, I want to explain this. So basically, at this point in the competition, Team Japan have sort of got rid of half their squad, basically.
Yeah.
So they've sent half home, and they brought in a whole new collection of athletes. And a lot of them are fairly untested in terms of World Cup stage, but they have done amazing things on other stages. You know, this lady here, for example, Kaho, you know, gold medals at the Youth World Champs back in Dallas. Then she's hardly appeared. She got gold at the Youth Champs in Seoul in 23. In 24, she was at the Youth World Championships, where again silver. And then we haven't seen her until 25, so incredible.
It's so hard. The Japanese team is an incredible team to be in, and I'm sure it pushes you to be a better climber.
Yeah.
But getting the competition experience is so tricky.
It is, and look at this. Oh, Nastia, that's unlucky.
That's interesting. I read that move to be more dynamic.
Huh, okay.
I was expecting to go double to the 2 yellow flat holds, but it's good to see other ways happening, I guess.
Yeah, that was the crack we were talking about. We'll have to see. Arena holding her elbow there, a little bit tweaky on that move. Now we have our split screen. The scoreboard on the right-hand side. Cara Condi leading the way with 24.4. Kaho down on the far left. Arena on 2. And then Nastia we're watching on 3 in your main screen. And this knee bar start, interesting. We both kind of wanted a squeeze move at the beginning, but it's not.
Yeah, no. The setters are saying maybe there was an opportunity at some point, but it doesn't quite work on this one.
No, deliberately so. They've set it with a potential sort of knee bar, which is actually a very cool move.
Yeah. Fun to see stuff like that turn up in comps, because traditionally more outdoor-based climbing.
Nastia creeps through. This is a move you saw being a bit faster, maybe.
Maybe this one's the double.
And it's one of those really back-intensive maneuvers.
There we go. Interesting on this boulder, we have it starting with some no textured holds. And then it moves into some textured things with really quite bad holds. So the decision of when to use chalk and not to use chalk is tricky.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, because no chalk, better for the no text.
Yeah,
chalk is obviously better for
sort of
friction.
like tacky, which sticks to the shiny surfaces better, but then you will want your chalk for later. So I wonder if we'll see some chalk bags going on.
Yep. Maybe chalk in the trousers, shorts, you know, add a bit. Yeah, the pressure on Kaho and the other athletes, I know, having talked to them, is really intense, because not only have you got all the pressure from just being here, you have to prove to the selectors in about 2 comps.
Yeah.
And they need to see podiums.
Yes. Like, the Japanese selection criteria are so high compared to any other country, and they do have an incredible depth of athlete in the field, but it makes it very competitive.
All right, Kaho goes again, back and forth. Nastia is established up on the slab. Irina starts to pull on to the first moves as well. And this right foot that Nastia is on is a slither of no tech.
Also new, flat hold have released a new line of holds.
No, she's all right. Yeah, she did hit her head. I thought she might have hit it on her knee, but I think it was the mat. She's still rubbing that. She's getting up, trying to shake it off, but oh my God, there's some...
She has time to take a minute.
Honestly, I watched Mejdi bounce off the mats last week in Prague. Oh no, was it Salt Lake? Salt Lake he bounced off, yeah. Oh, that was a nasty one.
Yeah.
But
there were some smackdowns in Prague as well.
Yeah.
Last slab boulder in finals, Sota took a big...
Yep. Yes, he did, you're right. You guys are so brave, and I don't mean that patronising, like, genuinely, I don't know how you launch yourself on this.
It's my favourite thing in the world, doing massive diners at the top of the wall and, like,
really?
smacking it. I just love it, it's so fun.
I'm beginning to understand, Jack, more about you. This is why you're good. No sense of self-preservation, excellent.
Yeah, maybe when I get older it'll come and I dread the day.
You just break more, it's fine. Right, Nastia hangs off the no-tex. Now this is where, interestingly, she is chalking up with just the right hand.
And now the left as well.
Now the left. So she wanted to wait until she'd moved away from that left no-tex hold before doing it.
Okay, come on.
This is what she's trying to turn into, this coordination move. So, oh no, she isn't.
Wow.
Good try. And maybe it will work, you know, if you pull through that and then hit.
Yeah,
but
if there's a foot to hit out of the side as well that could brace.
Maybe. Well, Nastia's still rubbing her head. I think she did manage to hit that, you know, on her knee.
Hopefully it can ease off a bit in the next 5 minutes behind the wall.
And Caho. So we rotate again, our semi-final, picking up the pace as we go towards our fourth boulder. We'll have 4 athletes out in a couple of minutes, in fact. Lucia Tarkas will be out next from Team Slovenia. And Lucia has been close to semi-finals, but
she's been very close all season. This is the first one this season. She's made maybe 2 in the past.
Yeah. It was really good to see her.
Traditionally more of a lead climber as well, I would say.
She is,
so
yeah.
It's good to see her getting on with Boulder.
And she's still young as well.
Yeah. She's got time. Most people are young in these comps nowadays. It's crazy.
No. Sophia, again, I feel like I've just chatted to Sophia, but she was saying, you know, I feel a bit old that age. You're like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, I am, if you look at the rest of the circuit.
But, yeah, outside of climbing, no way.
No, exactly. All right, that's the boulder number 3 we're looking at. Kyra, maybe kind of her thing, this powerful, steep climbing.
Yeah, I think she'll get on with this.
And matches.
Oh, easy.
That's the difference, isn't it?
Interesting going front 2. I would never hold the pocket front 2.
Oh, interesting.
But
we're talking about the digits using your finger, and that was great from Kyra. And now this is the feet problem, because there aren't any feet.
Yeah. Okay, come on. Make it work.
How do you release that left hand? Oh, wow.
Oh.
I think with less sort of fiddling around in the middle, she might have that.
I think if she gives it a solid break now, recovers, and then, like, just attacks as hard and fast as she can, she can give it a good effort.
Lucia Tarkas starts this jump. She slips down out of our shot as we go immediately to Stella on the far right. Now, this is how you start this boulder. So right foot on, left foot to make the match, and then this knee bar that is potentially there.
That she seems to not be using.
More core to do it like that, though. Yeah, Nastia straight away was into the knee bar, but yeah, she's a bit different.
Ooh, I like the step through. That is nice. She did not take her glasses off this time. Interesting.
Oh, there you go. She heard you, Jack. Yeah, if you missed it, we were talking about this earlier on. Jack was saying he climbs with his glasses, and Stella always comes on with the glasses, then takes it off.
At the start.
Right, Lucia starts this back and forth body weight. Really, look how far left she goes, and then a flick over to the right. That firing off.
That was enough momentum. If she can, like, refine the direction a little bit, I think she's in with a good shot of that move. Stella's straight back on the wall.
Yeah, immediately in for Stella. She rocks on that right foot. It's quite bitey, quite sharp on your climbing chute, but it's just no texture on it. But I think sharp enough to stand on, which is she's doing kind of easily here.
Yeah, for sure.
But this is where being taller maybe doesn't help on this move, because you're quite scrunched in that box.
When volumes are built out to make slabs on a steep wall, it can be really hard to get in over the feet if you're a bit taller. But
she's making it. I mean, it's not the hardest of moves. It's the next one coming.
We have Kyra back on women's 2 as well.
Right, she needs to be a bit faster here. Might just go straight campus swing. Ooh.
Oh, this is incredible. Okay, come on, make it work.
It's a hard match, isn't it, underneath?
Yeah, it's tricky. She looks like she's having a great time this round, though, so far.
It's one of those things, I think when you tell the press, which she now has done, that this will be her last full season, you sort of feel a bit of relief from it.
You're like, okay, this is the end, just enjoy it, whether the results come or not.
Yeah, it is what it is, and you can see that with her. Right, Stella pushing up again, still no knee bar, hits the right, no text. Taking a chalk bag as you suggested. Into the banana pinch.
Okay, what's she going to try for this move?
Yeah, good shot of the feet there. That's all she's standing on. Left hand firing off, slipping, sliding, not quite. Kyra, the only send of this round so far on Boulder 1.
So there is a lot of people left to come.
Yeah, remember
we'll see some good sends.
Yeah, the athletes come out in the opposite order from where they qualified. So first qualified last, last qualified first. So you'd expect higher scores later on, but you never know at this point.
In the women at the moment, the top few who consistently make the finals are incredible.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see some strong performances for sure.
Kyra leaves the stage, 15 seconds, Stella still going, as is Lutsiatakis. 10 seconds now.
Gonna have to get through this fast.
Yeah, I don't know if there's time for either athlete, and both come down to the mats with no top.
And now we'll get our first look at Boulder 4.
Yes, we will.
This
so
beautiful slab at the end of the wall. I'm very excited.
See, now I know you're a hold shaping geek. And nicest possible way. You guys are the best. But these 360 holds we're about to see are work of art.
Like, they're gorgeous.
There you can just see them on your shot. Yeah, we saw them in Salt Lake this year for the first time.
In black and white, now we have purple and white, branching out some new colours.
You know what's funny? I didn't know it was purple because they put some bizarre lighting on stage.
They had purple light that was almost the same pattern, to be fair.
I presumed it was black, but now I can see in the lights it is purple. Lovely. Ooh. And it matches Boulder number 1's purple screen. Look at this. Arena with the knee bar in method. She gets stood up. Lucille Sarel is down on the far left of the stage, the 24-year-old French lady.
Trying to think, maybe every hold on the wall this comp is blue, yellow, or purple, or black.
It's true.
World Champs in 2023, they only had those colours because that was the colour of their logo. So I wonder if they kept the same thing for this year.
I have a feeling, Jack, they might have done. I hadn't even spotted that. Nice one. You can see Nastia pulling onto that rather pretty slab down on the far right. And it's got a very interesting transition between the two blocks where there's the obvious gap in the middle.
Ooh, running start for the slab.
Yeah, she's up into position. You see, looks right, trying to eye up this jump.
And like we were saying, this is some very classic slab climbing. No hands, a bit of fast moving potentially, not quite sure what it's going to look like yet, but...
Well, this is the move to me that are the hardest, bringing the right foot in, and then you have to trust basically the texture on those 360 holds.
And maybe stand fast into this bridge position.
And then land in plant,
It's beautiful.
And the second your body weight starts going back, you are done, aren't you?
And this slab is not very slabby.
No.
In qualies, I found that it wasn't vert, but it was maybe like a 2-degree slab, 3-degree slab. Or at least it felt like it.
It's one of my favourite things about this season, and I know it has had a bit of criticism from people like not enjoying the style of Prague, for example. However, for me, I like the fact that when we go to different venues, we have different setting and different walls.
Because you have a different setting team every competition, and they all have their different styles.
Yeah.
And it means that across the length of the season, everything gets tested.
Yes.
Which is important.
And I think we need to allow that. Yes, okay, you may not like a parkour style boulder or set. However, it's part of our sport, and I like the setters are allowed the opportunity to try things. And here, the wall, as you said, not really a slab, it forces the setters to do certain things.
I think in a post-Olympics World Champs year, it's an important time to be testing out these new ideas.
Agreed.
Oh, almost. We've got another figure of 4. Not quite.
Yeah, very, very close there. Now, by the way, I'm being told that I'm allowed to name the boulders out there. So if you have any ideas for boulders, could you please go to the IFSC Instagram and send us what we think the boulders should be called? Because I haven't honestly had a thought about these. I will for the finals. But for now, send your suggestions either to me or to the IFSC. What do we think these boulders are going to be called? Wait and see. All right, Nastia, onto the slab.
When the foot is on such a vertical plane and stepping through across your body like that, it's very hard to weight it before you do the move. You have to like place it on the volume, and then as you push, just trust that it will stick eventually. Because until your body is past that volume surface and you're pushing perpendicularly into that volume, there's actually no way it can stick. So you just have to go with real commitment into the end position of the movement. And just trust that it'll work eventually, which can be daunting, especially in a comp.
Yeah, it's a trust you can... Ooh, just about there. I like the fall back with her with the right palm.
Into the palm instead of the foot.
I wonder if she fell and then thought about it, whether that was a deliberate thing.
Yeah, maybe halfway in between, she was like, maybe a palm, and the foot went, and I'd be interested to see what she tries next.
One of my favourite things is watching athletes save falls on slabs and then realising it's a beater. You know, it's a method. Yeah. Closer there, Marina there. Right, Nastia, it's all about that right foot, tries to trust it. Lucia Sarro going back and forth on women's one.
She's definitely putting that palm back in. She wants it to try and work.
Nastia actually is trying the palm method. So whether it was deliberate or not, it's now become
it's
sort
now
of...
what she's trying.
Timing is brilliant, isn't it?
I love it. Wow.
As brutal as it is, it's wonderful. 11 seconds. Wow, that went fast. Nastia hasn't got enough time. Neither does Marina there. Cajo goes, Lucia goes, everyone leaves. Not quite.
So that ends Nastia's round. It was maybe not the score she would want from a round like this, but it was a good effort. She climbed well.
All right, well, the lights go. Our athletes come from backstage into the front of the house to face this audience. Do you ever get nervous, Jack, like when you come out? Because this is a big crowd here. Does that ever sort of get in your head?
If I'm in like not in the right headspace, yes. Usually I come out and I like let myself feel it, and then I get really excited and happy, and I let myself love it. But yeah, if I'm not in the right headspace, then yeah, it gets in the way for sure.
Fascinating, because I think I would be the same as you. My personality is a bit like that, but I can imagine for some it's quite an intense thing to walk into.
That's why it's really hard to perform your first one. Yeah. Once you've done it a few times, it gets a lot easier.
Right, Mao Nakamura enters the arena and pulls onto her first boulder down on the top left of your screen. Lucia Tarkas on 2, Kyra Condi, and then Stella Yachi on 4.
And Mao is also having an incredible season. Maybe Prague last weekend wasn't what she wanted, but she, in Salt Lake, got her first World Cup win, and it was incredible. Like, watching that was one of the most amazing things.
Yes, if you haven't seen it yet, go onto the IFSC's YouTube channel, search Mao Nakamura Athlete of the Week. We have a video of her story to get the gold medal, and it's really worth a watch, because it's a good story. She went from never getting on the podium but getting close to a gold medal.
Like she's had like 3 fourth places in like the past like 5 comps or something. And then, took a moment.
And she is established up on the zone. Stella is trying to go very low on the slab. Kyra Condi is on the press move. Oh, Mao came close there. And Lucia Tarkas on the pocket pulling women's 2.
Kyra gave Boulder 3 a good effort then as well. Almost sticking that little double move out.
I'm going to currently, as a temporary name, call women's 2 PPP, pocket pulling power. So that's the PPP Boulder. You can come up with something better. Remember, DM me, message me, or the IFSC Instagram as well. I think there might be some a poll or something going up, so you guys can give your suggestions.
I like it. Well, I think it's going to be interesting. At the moment, the crux is the pocket pulling. Yes. I think as we progress, maybe people will start finding the pockets fine, and the crux will then become the top of the boulder.
And then I have to change the name.
Then we need new names.
Oh my goodness, morphing names. All right, Lucia cuts loose. This is where I think people are going to start campusing this sequence. She's thinking about it, and she does go for the campus. Bit of a smear, but
the walls do not have very good texture though. So, feet first.
It's tempting to throw a foot there, isn't it? But not quite that time. Stella is creeping up the slab. She's looking better on the feet now. Lucia trying to wrap underneath now.
Come on, Lucia, make it work.
I don't know where she's going to go from her. Her face is in action. Oh, look at that lock-off power.
Come on.
That is like an exercise in a gym, isn't it? How long can you lock off?
Yes. Sometimes I find that, like, on power boulders, especially, it's not my preferred style. I find them very hard. So if I'm like at the end of the round on a power boulder, I think of it as training reps.
Okay.
Like, maybe I can't top the boulder, or like I've got the zone and I can't top this boulder. So I'm like, I just have more goes for the training benefits.
I like that. Oh, Mao going backwards a bit at the moment. She came very close the first few goes. Took a big fall, though. I wonder if that's shaken her a bit.
Yeah, it can be hard to get over that. If you take a bad fall in a round, it can shake you a bit, but...
Yeah, Nastia took one of those whippers earlier on. She finished her comp earlier. Stella getting really awkwardly twisted here. Head looking the wrong direction, and now she turns the head. Look at those feet.
Wow.
Good work.
That was incredible.
Well, it was unorthodox, but it's worked really well for Stella here. But now you've got a pistol squat on that left leg.
I would definitely be trying to stand over it fast, but I think there will be a difference in opinion for some people.
I'm going to call this thing crossing the void for now.
Nice.
Oh, I'm having fun with this.
I like it. You're on fire.
Right, Stella crossing through with that right foot. Such a classic slab move, isn't it? Maybe a foot swap, but that right foot is blocked, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not blocked, but it's
not
small.
Blocked, but it's small. Oh, I don't know if she has the time.
Sia is trying a combination of many things on women's now. Now she goes into this lock-off again. Oh, she's powerful. Kyra once more into the shoulders, and Mao has 18 seconds to get something done here.
Oh, that was close.
Nice. Kyra just tells Sia to go the other way. Yeah, the reason they do that is you don't want athletes bumping into each other, mainly on the way out, and obviously telling each other as they cross past each other. So that's why we have the rotation. There is Team Japan. Yuka, one of the Japanese coaches at the front, watching on, recording everything closely.
How many Japanese athletes do we have in today's semi-final? 5?
Yes, 5 women through.
All of their whole team. Jayla, straight off a final in Prague last weekend.
Yes, Jayla is one of those at 17 who is, you know, you put a circle around the future of our sport athletes. She could be one of those.
She's in the area for sure.
I never want to put too much pressure on a young athlete, but at the same time, someone like Annie Sanders, she came on at, what, 15, 16, you know, super young. And I think that's the way our sport is going, so it's one of those things they have to deal with. So Jayla starts things off. See it. Lucy Sarah on women's 2. Lucille, sorry, and then Kaho on 3. Irena finishing things off on women's 4. It's got a little bit of everything, this set of boulders.
Lucille was also a strong contender on the European Cup circuit earlier this year. Again, podiumed in Rome. 2 fifth place ones, I think.
She's going to throw the thing 4, but where we see how powerful that move is and how much power you need to do it. I think she might change that method. She looked far off it to me.
Yeah.
On crossing the void, meanwhile, she gets the right foot on. Trying to find some kind of friction. Lands, falls.
That was a good effort, though. Interesting. Kaho has started with the hands on the other volume to our previous athletes. She's going to have to transfer somehow.
I love this method. She's kind of doing the method we wanted to see.
This is amazing.
The not an off-width boulder gets climbed like an off-width, which is cool. Someone messaged Tom Randall. I know he's actually crack climbing in Rocklands at the moment, him and Pete, so they will be. They might enjoy that.
That was good. I like the way she went the same 2 hands we've had before and to the foot as well. More points of contact is always a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, the first thing I did on Women's 3 this morning, I walked up to it and tried to squeeze myself into it. You know, it is the sort of tempting beater to do.
Jayla now sticking to 10 point on Boulder 1.
Yeah, Jayla with that lovely flow she has, unleashing that on the top of the boulder. And then, oh, look at her creepy. She's trying to press down on the slab. Looks back towards the starting hole to potentially bring a foot up, but not quite.
Yeah.
All right, so she squeezes herself into this boulder now. Oh,
it's a hard theatre to try and repeat. To recreate in 5 minutes is difficult when you can't quite remember what you did exactly the time before.
Yes, Kaho there. It's just, I love the fact she's doing it like that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's such good thinking outside of the box as well. Or there maybe inside the box.
Literally inside the box.
Literally in it. Up she goes again. All right. Pressing down with that left hand. 1 minute 20 on the clock only.
So I would say the main difference between Stella on this boulder and Irina currently is the direction of the foot when they step through to this first volume panel. Stella managed to, because she twisted around the other way, get her foot fully rotated so she was stood on like the sole of her shoe, whereas Irina is more on the outside edge, which is way harder to stand on.
I got told the term duck foot last week in Prague, where you duck foot on a slab, where you're using the edge.
I am not a fan of the duck foot.
You're not?
No.
Interesting.
I have the philosophy that a duck foot is never required if you're good enough.
Oh, interesting.
It's when you so you put your foot completely on the inside edge.
Yeah.
So sometimes your heel will be on the volume as well, but like the sole of your shoe doesn't touch the volume. It's just the full inside edge. And I think it's ugly and not needed.
Because my co-commentator was a big fan of the duck foot, so interesting stuff.
Well, you know.
All right, well, 8 seconds to go. It's not going to happen for these athletes. Low scoring at the moment, but as we know, things might develop.
We've had a lot of low-scoring semi-rounds this year, I'd say.
We have them. And I quite like that in a semis.
It, yeah.
I think it needs to be. You know, it's got to be a separator.
Hard semis rounds are always good, for sure.
Yes, finals I think is like almost an expression thing where you should have hard boulders, but not, you should be able to see a bit of a show.
Tops is good.
Yeah.
People get to celebrate. People get to do cool things. Semis should be a struggle.
Yeah. All right, so the next rotation through as the athletes get set.
Georgia Tessio. She is back in semis, second time this year, I think. Very good athlete.
So Kyra on the slab, looks down at her feet.
We have Lucia getting in the crack as well.
She's getting involved a bit. And what's nice about it being no texture is you don't lose skin squeezing your way through it.
For sure. Like, it does feel like you're constantly slipping out of it, but it's good for the skin. Because you're not allowed to bleed on the mat.
Yes.
If you bleed from a fingertip or from your leg or anywhere, you need to patch it up so you don't get blood on the walls, which is a real, it's stressful when you're on the mat.
Yeah.
You have to start taping or putting plasters on. It's difficult.
Because the clock doesn't stop when you do that.
No. You just have to tape up and get on with it.
Yeah, speed taping. Lucia is very crushed up in this. Now she's made that work. She almost placed her own foot onto the jib.
Kyra has crossed the void.
She's crossed the void.
With the dynamic set.
25 above her head, though. But more, half the boulder is to come on this thing.
And Mao Nakamura on boulder 2 as well. Things are getting exciting.
Yeah, it's all go here. We need 4 eyes to keep up with the action. Lucia tries to put her foot back onto the no text. I don't think that's the way.
No, people have not been able to generate as well when they put their foot back there, I'd say.
Mao Nakamura now, not quite. I wonder with Mao whether it might be a sort of, there was pressure when she hadn't got a medal. Now she's got a medal, people expect her to get another.
Yeah.
And I think we saw a bit of that coming through in Prague.
Yeah. And I think it's hard to ride the wave when you have such a high of winning your first World Cup. Continuing in good shape is tricky.
Yeah.
Kyra has this dial. This is incredible.
She's very good on her feet when she gets going. She's absolutely learnt this move now. That's the problem with the foot match.
Yeah.
Bit 50-50.
I think she made it work the time before, but and that foot will just get worse and worse as the round goes on.
Yeah, good point, Jack. Yeah, the dirt, the rubber. Of course, we have brushes doing their jobs, but inevitably holds deteriorate.
Yes, I'm surprised she hasn't got anyone to brush yet.
I'm going to send a lot of questions about how certain athletes, in terms of the score from quali, have higher score and yet they're lower down the order. That is because there are two groups in qualies and two completely different sets of boulders, similar styles but different boulders. So you have to imagine the qualifying group almost as two groups, and you have to do well within your group. Therefore, you can theoretically get on paper a higher score than an athlete, but because of the group situation, you qualify lower, if that makes sense.
So it's just effectively top 12 in your half of qualifiers rather than top 24 overall. Mao using a wrist, that's incredible. Okay, let's see what she can make of this.
Right, she's upside down now. Left foot smearing here. Hits the right hand. This is better from Mao. Oh no, it just bobbles. By the way, I'm getting a few suggestions for boulders. Boulder number 4, someone suggesting, have you seen my jeans? Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not sure if that's referring to the texture of the boulder, and I'm now imagining a sort of 80s flared jean.
I'd say they look like ripped jeans.
We could, yeah, ripped jeans. How about that? We'll go ripped jeans for boulder number 4. I like that. So ripped jeans. And we'll have to think of something for boulder number 3 here.
I almost think on boulder 3, when people manage to get through this hard wriggling way, it's almost a curse. Because if you fall off, then you have to look for a new way, and eventually you stumble upon the lay-back knee bar, which is physically easier. But if you do it successfully, then you don't change your beta. So you'll just keep trying and trying and trying.
And it's very physically intensive wriggling up a boulder. Because you're always you're always sliding down. 30 seconds on the clock then.
Let's see how much Mao has left in her arms.
Uses that arm, that handcuff grip. Not quite for Mao, still smiling.
That's my favourite thing about her, always smiling.
She's still in 5th, 2 zones, and as we said, zones and attempt to zones are so important.
Tyra finishes her round. I'd say a good round. 1 top 4 zones on this set is a strong score.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, well, the rotation comes through. The athletes leave. Our camera just follows them a little bit backstage. The warm-up area, ISO, I haven't actually been there, but it's in a different building, right?
It is, yes. It's like a 5-minute walk, maybe a little bit less to get from that building through to here. But it's a very nice space. Big room, good warm-up walls, nice panels. Melody Sekikawa won her first World Cup medal last week. It's so cool. She has been having an incredible season.
Yeah, she has done good lead climber, good boulder, pad down. Yeah, that podium, to remind everyone, was decided in Prague due to the result from the semi-final. The event was wind called off because of wind, so we couldn't do the actual final, so it was based on those results.
Which is a shame, but doesn't make their podium any less valid.
No,
it's
exactly.
Still incredible.
Good point, Jack. Jayla, underneath, goes for the... Oh, no, she's going to go for the foot.
Does not like foot.
I think it's a trick, that foot. I think it's harder to do it like that.
For sure.
And I think the more rubber we'll see from the athletes smearing on the white wall, we'll see more people do it.
For sure. Okay, Lucille. Straight through the first section with the, so far, easiest beta. It's good to see.
Yeah, now stretched out, all your weight on the right foot. And these holds are good, except when you're trying to go from left to right.
Yes.
Because you're trapped in the position of this one, which is good, but then you've got to move forward, and suddenly it's an elevated door style move.
So a lot of people had found like a drop knee against this first starting volume, which has made them able to move their hands over and then transfer, which Lucille is missing so far. But we'll see what she manages to do.
And on. Not quite that time. Jayla launches and she falls. And Kaho on the far right is testing her slab climbing skills. Now she gets stood up. This is the move Kyra made look trivial.
She was incredible, yes. I think the USATC has a good slab wall set up. They do a lot of time, they spend a lot of time just standing on things, moving no hands. My brief time over in their TC when in Salt Lake World Cup, it was fun to be able to use their facilities a bit.
Yeah, they're moving, in fact, their training facility. Yes. Next year, I went to visit the lead wall, which is in their new location, but there's nothing else there yet.
I think the team was grateful, though. Their spray wall had been up for at least 3 years, and they were ready for a new set.
Uh-oh, watch out, World, if Team USA get better.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's going for this foot match.
Okay.
I don't know whether fast or slow is better on this. It's hard to work out.
Yeah, it's tricky.
I think that's the best method.
Good, though,
yeah,
sure.
catching, kicking.
Yeah, also she got good height. Like, she was able to have bent arms and she was right in between those two holds, so she could press on them, which is good. Height is always useful. Like, if you can get higher on holds, not in terms of, like, how tall you are, but, like, you can move higher, it's almost always a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jayla going for the swing. Ooh, with a foot in high. It's not meant to be feet first, that sequence.
I don't think this 10-point hold is deep enough to be able to toe hook very well. I think it's not the beater.
I love how setters play with athletes' perceptions of things, because so often it is feet first.
Yes. It can be hard when you come out and you see a move. Looking past that is difficult. You can get really locked into an idea.
Cajo kicks and falls.
This slab, I'm going to reset this when I get home. This is beautiful.
I wonder how much those 360 holds will be worth on your wall.
Well, we'll use some other volumes. Some
360, just send them to Jack, right?
Yeah,
come on.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, money well spent.
I'll open sponsorship opportunities anytime.
This is why we have athletes on a live stream.
Yeah,
you got to sell yourself.
Hit me up.
Yeah. Oh, slip it down for Melody there on the left. Jayla tries to figure out, definitely the most physical boulder is women's two. By far, actually.
I think it's good to see hard physical boulders for the women. I was talking to Erin in Prague, and she was saying how she desperately wanted a 360 campus. So I'm happy she's got her wish.
I actually, this morning, before I was reminded it was women, I thought it was men.
Like, it looks like a hard boulder.
It does look like a men's set. And, you know, and I say that because of the style rather than the difficulty of the boulders. They are a bit harder for the men, but the style is usually reachier, more physical.
Yeah.
And it is in this set.
Yeah. Which is good. I love it. Like I love it when the women get to pull really hard.
Yeah.
We'll see athletes like Miho and Erin and people come out later and just have an absolute blast finding these towel looks.
Cajo kicks but falls. 10 seconds now on the clock. And I think that's going to be it for all of our athletes as we hit the halfway mark of our semi-finals.
And still only one top.
It's low scoring at the moment, building
They'll start
up.
coming later, but for now.
Yeah. Tense stuff. Anon Matsufuchi will be up next. Cajo will walk down. Her boulder comp is done. She doesn't need to run off and rest. Not quite the result she wanted. A shake of her head there as she leaves the stage.
Yeah.
Well, more members of Team Japan are on. There is Anon. So, here we go. Her competition kicking off. And then Lucia's competition finishing on the far right of the stage.
See how she gets on with this slab. For now.
Yeah, we're sticking with Anon right now. She pulls up into position and then goes for this launch. Bit wild with the feet there.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more people stopping on the first hold, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Stella made it look very fine earlier.
I think it's because, again, perception. You know, I think you'd think it would be, because that's what it usually is.
You see the move, so then you do the move. Yeah.
And it goes both ways.
For sure.
Mao is up towards the 10. Has she been awarded that zone? Remember, you need to control a zone, use a zone.
I think she'll need to be a bit slower, a bit more steady on it before it gets awarded. Again, going a little bit too fast, maybe. But I have an interesting theory at the moment. I think as the athletes get better, they tend to break boulders less. Like, I think we see Strangers who are very capable of stopping on the first hold, but because they also know that they can do every boulder on the wall, they just walk up and they see paddle liner, so they do paddle liner.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, an athlete who can't do the paddle liner has no option but to try and break it. So
I think the only exception to that rule is someone like Oriane, for example, in Curitiba, where she, you know, broke the beater immediately just because she could reach.
Yeah.
But I think you're right, actually. It's a really good point there, Jack. I'm going to be spotting that now. Is that true for you as well?
For me, I think so. This winter, I got way stronger, and now I can, like, attempt to do power boulders. But I have to keep reminding myself to climb like a weak climber. Like, back in the day, back in 2023, I had a good season, but, like, I don't know how, because I was so weak.
Yeah.
But I would get up blocks any which way I could.
Wow.
So now if I'm not doing a boulder, I go, okay, what would weak Jack do? And then I try and recreate that with a bit more strength now.
I want the Jack McDougall training program here because you are looking stacked next to me, sir.
It's been working wonders.
Right, Lucia not quite landing that slab with the left foot. Mao would fit very nicely into this shape, but wisely she's deciding for the knee
Straight
bar.
with the knee bar method. Or no knee bar.
Or no knee bar. She touched it. Just helps you to get into it, because it is an awkward start, that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right hand, switches feet.
Okay. Let's see this.
Here comes the
Oh,
swing.
incredible.
And now going towards the little jib that's in the no-tex. It's almost like a thumb, maybe?
I don't know if we can see it.
Well,
There we go.
There she goes. She's got
It's
fingers on
tiny.
it.
Come on.
Makes the match.
Oh,
Mao needed that.
yes, for sure, for sure. And look how happy she is. It's amazing.
Well, again, it's a confidence. You know, your confidence spiked for the gold medal, then dropped in Prague, so
Yeah.
she needs something to bring it back up again.
For sure.
Honestly, just wicked from Mao there.
And you can't count Mara on the slab, so I'm excited to see how the round ends.
Good point, Jack. Yeah, that's like her strength is on the slab. Oh, interesting. Well, that's going to bump her score way up, just underneath Cara Condes with 44.4 with a boulder in hand.
It's good.
Let's see it. Bit awkward trying to bring this right foot through. Problem is, bringing the right foot is pushing you out away from the wall.
She's facing away from the wall. This is going to be tricky to rotate back round from.
And then sliding, and you can see what happens the second the friction does go. Yeah, conditioning, working hard at keeping things nice and cool for the athletes, which you need with this amount of people in the room with all the lights.
Georgie said she has had some good goes. She's got close to the 10-point hold. See if she has enough left in the tank to make it work now.
Georgia is so powerful as well.
Yeah.
Has got a nasty knee injury, though, and you can see that knee taped up.
Yeah.
She hurt it, I think, in the European Cup. I might be wrong about that. But early in the season, she really almost blew it out. But so you can watch her climbing sometimes a bit gingerly with that right knee.
I'm glad she can continue to compete, though.
Yeah.
It's always, when an athlete can still get to the comps and have the experiences, I love it.
No go for Lucia. She will have to leave. That will be underneath the semi-final score for her. Bit of frustration, but a hard round for the women.
Yeah.
Wow, fascinating set, more than halfway through, and this is our leaderboard as things stand. Cara Conde on into the 50s, followed by Mao, Stella, Irina, Lucia, Lucille, and Cajo, and Nastia just in 8th. Remember, these are provisional places, a lot of athletes to go, and Ocean McKenzie sprints down the stage.
She lives here in Switzerland, right?
She was, sorry?
She lives here in Switzerland, right?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I was joking with an athlete saying she's almost Swiss. She spends a lot of time in Innsbruck as well.
Okay, fair.
I think she maybe officially doesn't, but pretty much spends all her time. One of those.
I think she has a Swiss coach, at least.
Yes, I think you may be right. Yeah, she's followed by her sisters. Oh, wow, look at that from Osh.
I think we see a send on this boulder from her, for sure.
Out she goes. I'm going to call this boulder Purple Punch at the moment. And then a Melody Sikakawa on the pocket-pulling power boulder of boulder 2. Jayla up easily through the opening sequence. And Lucille down the right on the slab.
On the 10-point hold.
That's the way I think it should be.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
New high point on this boulder so far.
Oh, we're going to see a top. A sloper to come with the left hand. You've got to kind of slap into that and stop the momentum.
This is bad.
We're watching women's 2. There we go on our full screen. Left heel in. Wow.
There's not a lot of room in that pocket for a heel.
Yeah, me and Jack just looked at each other like, oh, I don't know about that. There's going to be a squeeze.
But it'd be good. I think if she can make it work, the high foot will be useful for the last move.
Yes.
But maybe I would try and get a toe in rather than a heel.
I wonder if just committing to the sort of fling across, though, is the way to go.
Okay, come on, Osh, let's go.
Totally different foot placement there from her. Just landing really high and far right before she launches up again.
Still looks like she's like learning this move, figuring it out. I think she definitely can put it together. It's just a matter of learning it quickly enough. I think the setters are doing a really good job of that this year, producing moves that, like, it's not a new dyno, it's just a last shape paddle, but like the positions of the holds make it just different enough that it takes learning.
Yeah, it's sort of building on an established move and then tweaking it, adding levels and elements to it. Okay, I'm getting confirmation that Osh does live in Switzerland, by the Italian border, which is near Lugano, I think she lives in. Then travels to Milan a lot for training. Jayla stands on the small jibs. Not quite. So, Melody, having got close, I wonder how much energy she's got left. You know, this is the physical boulder.
Really hard. But she's strong.
See how much she's got left here as she comes up again into the campus on the pockets.
Making this look easy.
Now she'll unwind again. There she goes. Now, will she try this heel method?
Come on.
I think this is better, Jack, this way.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the heel totally. It would make that move far easier, but is there the room? You'd have to have very small feet.
My thoughts would be this ball on the top is really bad. As an undercut, it's a little bit better. So if she can get the feet higher and be pressed down into it, maybe she stands more chance.
Do you think replacing the heel for toe?
I would try and get a toe in there for sure. Easier to push out of, so you can drive up into the undercut.
Less room needed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
We'll see.
Theories here in the commentary box.
Lucille changing shoes over in the top corner.
Go on, give us the athlete take on why you do that.
So most athletes will train in multiple sets of shoes because like I wear Scarpa Dragos for anything slopey and smeary, and then I'll wear Scarpa Instincts for anything jibby because they're a bit stiffer. It gives my foot more support so I can stand on small footholds really easily, but they don't bend as much for this edge. So here you stand on this foot with a stiff shoe, and then I would step through with a soft Drago, and then it lets you hopefully push into it harder.
Yeah, there's always two schools of thinking with that. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were saying, I just never bother. You know, like I pick one pair of shoes. I don't like the sort of the debate in my head about whether I should change or not.
For a long time, I refused. I was like, I don't want to have to deal with that on the mats. But now I do quite a lot.
Yeah. Tell you what, boulder number one is shaping up to be a hard one.
Really hard. Kyra absolutely smashed it getting that block sent.
Yes, she did. The only athlete to do that.
Melody.
Oh, wow.
Oh, interesting. This is amazing.
So bump with the right hand and then trying to drop underneath with the left. I thought she was going to match into the black.
Yeah, again, the black is bad.
Yeah. Well, it was a kind of last seconds might as well try it move. She hasn't got time now to build on that. Jayla as well leaves the stage. So Zelia Avazu up next to come out onto the mats.
One of my favourites.
She has a cool style, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's incredible.
I felt a bit sorry for her in Salt Lake because she got that silver medal and it was almost overshadowed by Mao's gold.
Yes.
But Zelia came very close.
Yeah, for sure. She's good. She's very good at climbing. Her movement is incredible. Her footwork is beautiful, and she's a lot stronger now.
Yes, she is.
That's been the most telling thing moving into this season, I think. She's really strong now. But I think she'll like these blocks.
So she starts her comp off on the top left of your screen. And on Matsufuchi in your main screen starts.
And also an incredibly strong climber. I think she will. Next go.
Not that time, don't worry. Commentator's curse, it's the thing. Mao Nakamura, and we said she's good at slabs, and although she's up into second place, I think she needs some more points here.
Yeah. But there we go. That's a good start.
She was almost chalking up mid-fall there as she came over on the left. Great control from Mao. Full weight on the left foot here.
Is she going to step through or foot squat? So I was wondering if this last volume that she's sort of feeling now might be on the wall for aesthetic purposes. It looks very flat, and the top of it is no text.
Yeah.
Okay, so mid foot squat work, that was incredible.
Yeah, Mao is just perfection on the slab at the moment. One move to go towards the top. It's blocked. She's got to be accurate. She's not. Ooh.
Okay.
She did go very quickly to it, but
Yeah.
I don't know how else you do it.
I think next go she'll know the feeling a little bit better and be able to time it a bit better, and she'll stay. For now, okay, I would rest. She's fresh. Goes again.
Shows how fit she is,
Yeah.
that she can do that.
For sure.
It's a different kind of tired, though, on a slab. There's a lot of mental tired, a lot of leg tiredness.
Like, I more feel like I need the time to calm myself down rather than physically recover. Wow. Absolutely textbook. See how she gets on with this.
Yeah, Mao back again into this
This is
position.
incredible climbing. Come on, man, let's go.
Much better from Mao.
Oh,
That's not
good
going to
foot.
count. Now, although she did match it with two hands, you have to demonstrate control. Her legs were swinging. She was falling off that
Yeah.
move. There might be an appeal, but to me, that was pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, that was not a stop for sure. It was close, but yeah, I think even if the foot hadn't popped, the back leg looked like it was rotating and maybe she'd have fallen anyway. But she has time for another go, maybe another two, so I think we still can see a stop.
So, Anon comes
match
through.
in the pocket. That was good beer. Looks almost confused.
Lands in the position for Mao.
Being called down for a false start potentially. Seems confused, but just go again, it'll be okay.
I think so. There's still lots of time-ish as we come up to the minute mark
Yeah.
here.
Time for another go, it's just if she can stay calm. That was good from Georgia as well,
Yeah.
that was really close.
Planted the foot in the right
Yeah,
position.
planted the foot and almost managed to latch onto this.
Mao has 50 seconds left. This is where champions are born, this moment. Although she's got the zone, that's helped her score a lot. A top, considering she came so close, is really what she
Yes.
needs and wants.
Yes. I think if she tops this, she will make finals.
Yeah.
It's hard to say at this stage, but I think.
No, I would agree with you, Jack. But if she doesn't, it's going to be a nervous wait. And she's starting to look a bit worried. 30 seconds to
Yeah.
go now.
As you have more goes, the holes get warmer and slippier.
Got to calm down here. Up she comes. 23 seconds on the clock.
Close again.
Zelia's been launching, but not really getting closer.
Yeah, she's had a lot of very good goes, but not quite made it stick.
13 seconds. Mao
Okay,
is into
come
the
on,
second
let's
half.
go.
Oh, I'll admit, I've got my
This
fingers
time,
crossed
this
right
time.
now. No!
Oh.
I think actually she just could have taken another second there.
Yeah. It's hard. When
Yeah.
you can hear the beeps,
I know.
counting down the time is hard.
And it's easy me sitting here wanting
Yeah.
see that. I literally got my fingers
That was
crossed.
an incredible performance though.
It was. So Mao is going to be nervous, but it was strong from her. That is the crowd who are now capacity standing only here in the stadium. So lovely to see everyone. And our first Chinese semi-finalist and only in the women's, Yutong Zhang comes onto the stage. An Olympian, of course.
Yeah.
Mainly lives and trains in Tokyo.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Right now on the circuit, and Team China are sort of doing a giant European tour at the moment.
Yes.
They're here till the end of Madrid, I think.
Madrid, okay.
All right, let's see how Yutong can fling herself across this arena. Jayla is finishing off her comp down on 4. Oh, she's on the pockets of 2. And on the not an off-width Boulder on women's 3. That's underway as well. So, Yutong Zhang doesn't use the right foot and looks pretty good doing it.
Just stop on the first hold.
Yeah. There's Melody on the not an off-width. Right, Yutong comes down, not quite, but, you know, sighting runs.
Yeah, a little bit more distance required.
Yeah. Jayla, I don't know her preferred style, to be honest.
I think she's kind of all round. She's pretty good at most stuff.
Yeah, that's what I get the sort of feeling from her. You know, there's no obvious weakness or strength.
Yeah, I'd say maybe she's often quite good at, like, holding holds would be like the thing I pinpoint her for, but she's good on the slab, and this has no holds. But
yeah, as expected, Oshi's campusing up through that move.
yeah.
I don't think we'll see a big fall from her.
No, not necessary.
Just a bit too tall to kind of make that move work as well in that position. By the way, someone was who came on last week for Team Britain on the commentating?
Diane.
Yes, Diane.
Yeah.
So Diane was mentioning your long legs last week. He was saying they get in the way sometimes.
Sometimes. Fortunately, I have very flexible hips, so they can also get up into small spaces. I try. I got to keep working on it, otherwise I get too big.
Jayla onto the slab then. Lands left. Ooh.
That was really good.
I love that. You can tell from an athlete's body position if they're going to stick that move.
For sure. And I feel like almost people have either stuck it perfectly or not.
Yeah.
There's been very few like almost Navy saves. It's either been go for this. No, I think foot swap is the way.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Melody on Boulder 3, getting very high.
And, well, as she goes low on it.
Yeah, Mouse almost skipped his second last hold. This was good.
Can she match, though, in that low position? I think she needs to stand up a bit.
Yeah, I would want the second cut on as well.
Oh, she makes it work.
Wow, that was good. And Osh up high on Boulder 2 as well.
True, it's all go. Yeah, Osh is a move away. Melody will leave, though. That was important for her.
That was very good, yes.
So interesting. I didn't think she'd be able to release the left hand.
No, I was not expecting him.
Yeah.
But she got just enough out of the no text up hold that made it work.
Yeah. Okay, Yuetong Zhang then up into the next position.
Gayla is looking great on the slab again. Going for this foot swap. That was crazy. There was almost no hop to do the swap then. She literally just smushed 1 foot off, 1 foot on. Running a bit low on time now, so people will be heading into their last goes probably.
Yeah, 56 seconds is not a lot of time, is it, on the clock? Jayla's looking so good on that step through.
Once people learn the movement once, they seem to be able to repeat it really well.
Yeah. So Jayla squeezing herself up against the wall. Oh no, that foot!
It's a small jib, really bad.
When she's kind of, I think, hitting her right leg on the way down every time.
Okay. We've seen Osh here before. Can she make this last section work?
Yeah, she was very close a couple of seconds ago. Not quite, maybe a power thing, and she's done, I think.
Yeah.
Jayla will keep climbing.
Look at this foot swap again. Damn. Tricky boulders.
Yeah, very tricky set. We want to see that. And it's not boring. You know, sometimes with very hard boulders when no one leaves the mat, not great.
But I think people are able to progress still. They're like getting high doing moves. Just the tops are hard.
Yeah. Swiss crowd, a good crowd to have here. All right, so listen, from a teammate's perspective, this set for boulders for Erin, do you think...
This set of boulders for Erin, I think she could have a good time. She's, honestly, this year, very well-rounded, so I think she can do well on most things. But I will be surprised if she doesn't do Boulder 1, and she will love Boulder 2. Like, I don't know how the top works, because we've not seen anyone really get their teeth into the last move, at least, but she'll be happy to see it for sure.
She will, right.
This is a good start.
And she's been working on these coordination moves, hasn't she?
A lot.
So turning a weakness into a strength. So here she goes, super high feet, not quite getting the angle yet that time. You could see her.
Yeah. I think, like I say, it's a move that takes a little bit of learning and figuring out, but she can get there.
All right, Zelia Abazu.
This is what I mean about Zelia being strong this season. She is really on fire.
That move demos it, doesn't it? And what will she do? She wants to get a bit of momentum to make the reach. You couldn't statically lock that off and reach, although she was very close to doing that.
Yeah, I like the half and half. That was good.
Yeah. A little bit of movement, but not too much.
Georgia Tessio up on the slab as well, having done that fun step-free move.
This is where this knee will be tested a little here.
Yes, I think so. Has to take a lot of weight.
She's going to do the foot match. Take a deep breath. Hope you land on it. Close. She landed very vertically on the hold, which is good. Anon up past the crack.
I always think these sorts of boulders are interesting, where like there's not really like concrete moves, it's more like just climbing through sequences.
Yeah.
They end up being really fun to watch. And she made that look amazing, so easy.
And I love the way she immediately, with that right arm, extended it, dropped down onto your back muscles.
Yeah, it's good. If you have a good enough hold, getting beneath it is...
Smart climbing from her, and it might pay off at the top.
Yeah, she's a lot higher than Melody was, so I think it might work a bit better.
There's a tiny handhold, which she gets with her right.
But it's bad. Also, maybe no text. Whoa.
That right hand on the small jib, pushing. Oh no, explodes off. Wants a brush. Yeah, we'll try to get a shot of that hold. It's a tiny little jib on the no texture top hold on women's 3.
Just inside.
Just inside, and will make all the difference. I don't think it would be possible without that.
No.
Right, Georgia Tessio. Ooh, wiggling a little bit. She saves it. But this is where Mao came unstuck.
Yeah.
Georgia was a bit taller. She might be able to reach, but no.
Well, it's interesting. When she did that foot swap, she stayed on the wall, which was great. But the foot position on that jib that she foot swapped on was not perfect, which makes it very hard to push off it to the top.
Fascinating. And this is where I get geeky on route setting, because I love the fact that the smallest little adjustment can either make a boulder work or completely fail. You know?
It seems crazy.
It's almost unfair, isn't it?
Like, I do a fair bit of setting blocks at home and stuff, but like never for a competition. And the idea of having to like get the level right is so hard. Like setting and then being able to tweak it and try it and move things, like great, wonderful, love that. But the idea of having to get it perfect is hard.
Yeah, I wish there was a simulator. You know, in Formula One, they can go in a simulator and test cars out. I wish we could plug in a pro athlete and say, look, go do this boulder. Right, Georgia crosses through with the right foot. Bit fast, but she made it work.
Yeah.
And Erin McNeice, we haven't talked about her since the beginning, not making progress yet.
No. Not what I expected.
But still, I think Boulder 1 is just very hard.
I think it is, yeah. We saw some good efforts on it from people out early.
Let's watch Erin then on the left. She starts this swing. Has she got her feet better? She's certainly got a bigger kick.
Yeah. She brought the left foot through first, which is an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I never know when to go left or right on moves like this. Often both will work. Okay. I don't through that sequence again, making it look... Let's see if she can make this match work this time. She looks much more stable. You can see the screws inside that hold. That's a good job.
Yeah, she's up, down. Oh.
So locked in that time. That was beautiful.
Good work from her as she leaves. Fantastic stuff. Right, so, by the way, there is an appeal come through on Women's Boulder 4, which is interesting for guess who? Mao Nakamura. We said it might be appealed.
When it's, like, that close and it will probably get her into finals, you have to appeal.
Yeah.
Everyone will.
Yes, it's one of those, you sort of roll the dice, sort of, and also you put pressure on the judges. It's an interesting tactical decision. But yeah, Mao is being appealed for 4. Right, Lily Abriat, and we're talking about European Cups, fresh off a win.
Wow, she was on fire.
Yeah.
She's really good this season. It's cool to see. Came 10th last weekend in Prague, her first World Cup of the season. And yeah, she looks great on the wall. She did hurt her ankle in Warm in Prague semis. But I don't think it's affecting her too much. It's just taped. It might be in her mind a little bit.
But way more tape than yesterday as well. And I saw her getting treatment straight after qualies on that ankle, so I don't know if it's getting better, put it like that. But she's fighting through. But moves like that, when you've got to land.
Yes, the landing will be the hard bit for her. But I have faith in her as well. I've had faith in a lot of people for this move, but I've seen her do very hard stuff in the French TCs in this sort of style.
Yeah. Interesting round for Osh as well. She needs to pick things up a little bit.
Yeah, she could do with getting at least a top somewhere. Yutong Zhang making this hook maybe work.
Yeah, it's in, isn't it? Wow, but can she move in that position?
Her foot is where her hand needs to be.
Yeah.
I think there's actually promise with that.
I think it could work.
She worked her feet up way more before going to the toe, which I think was the difference. She was stood on the lower cheater skyball already before putting the toe into the pocket, which meant that it could get there.
Thing is, I wonder if it will work in the time. Because let's say you've got 2 minutes to try a beta before you kind of got to change things. That's not a lot of time.
No.
It'll be fascinating to see
especially
what
when you can't have many goes because it is a physical boulder.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Melody has the left foot on. She needs to trust
this last zone.
Oh, that's good.
That was... I really like that.
I like the way she snapped that right foot into press. Lily Abriat is swinging again on the far left. Not quite. Osh makes her way up slowly through the crack.
Oof, those feet are bad. It's a good angle to see them.
Yeah, they're not very good. She has got fairly stiff shoes to try to make it work, but you just, when it's that small, you can't see what you're jumping onto. You have to trust it's there. Oh, just forward.
Okay. Let's see if she can be calm enough to make this work. Ah, Melody, come on.
Here we go. This is the top.
Not like that foot. She's going to have to trust it.
Not quite. I mean, talking about the appeal, Mal's was much closer than that.
Yes.
But still.
I definitely still would not give it, but it's worth the appeal, just in case, you know.
Definitely. Right, Yutong Zhang, I can't wait to see what she does in this next bit.
I think I could see her trying feet first again.
Came close, didn't she? Buries the fingers into that pocket.
Oh.
Houdini swap.
Come on, let's go.
That right hand's going to be pulled out underneath.
That was incredible.
Well, she changes her mind. And I do think this might be the better way.
Then she can get the feet up. She'll have to match this, which might be tricky, but...
Yeah, it's not a bad hold, but it's the angle it's turned on makes the match hard. Oh, wow, look at that footwork.
Ooh, this is going to be tricky to release from, I think.
Wow. I love her creativity on this.
Yeah.
She's done with a minute to go. Interesting. So that's the power drain.
That's fair.
And I quite like that, because she knows I can't rest enough time to give it another go, so why not go back and rest?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like, often you'll pull on with a minute left, so if you fall off and only have a minute, there's no time to actually recover at all. And on a hard power ball like that, it's just not going to work.
Okay, Melody has time to go again. Osh McKenzie's going sideways. She's squatting down now, fully. She's almost trying to break it, but I think more just because she's sliding off it.
She's not got on board with this section super well.
It's like the Titanic when it was sinking. It's sort of sliding down the deck.
The slow, gradual decline. Okay, come on, Osh. Make it work.
Oh, she does.
This is good.
All right. Up towards the top hold. Left hand crosses into the jib. Osh needs this. You've got to squeeze, though. She's only got 10 seconds, Jack. She does get it done.
Amazing. Right on time.
There we go.
She needed that. She really needed that.
She really did. The crowd knows. She knows it. Look at that relief on her face.
Oh,
I'm going to call that boulder Titanic. I've decided now. Because it's one of those, like, you're desperately clawing.
Yeah.
The water's coming up at you.
There was no text everywhere. It's terrible.
The sinking of the Titanic goes Boulder 3. All right. Well, Osh will leave the stage. Important points on the board for her. And then your teammate comes out. Tell me about Emma.
Good friend. She's a wonderful person. And she's having one hell of a season.
Yeah.
She, like, I trained with her a bit over winter, and she was looking really good. But I maybe wasn't expecting this good. But, like, she won a European Cup earlier this year, came 10th in Salt Lake, made finals last weekend in Prague. She's on fire. Yeah, she's really on the up.
And really quite unknown. In terms of especially the World Cups.
Yeah,
like
this is her first year doing World Cups.
Yeah,
So
I had to go and have a chat with her in Salt Lake. I was like, just who are you and tell me about yourself?
Give me a background
Yeah,
check.
exactly. But no, she's, 5th last week in Prague. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, Erin should boss this, really, shouldn't she?
I think she is going to be having a very nice time at the moment.
All right, one more unwind to go, though. Oh, pinch power needed on that.
She'll brush, she'll rest, she'll give it another go.
Zelia Abazu through the Titanic into the yellow bananas.
Oh, she didn't quite get enough stick on this left hand.
Yeah.
Short back going back on, there we go.
Yeah, you're right. This truly, truly new school method of no chalk when you climb.
Oh, so much stress to manage.
Back in my day, Jack, we liked friction, you know.
Yeah. Don't worry, we all still like friction. Emma, I wonder if she can skip these first two.
Go all the way to 25. It's a huge move.
Could see it.
Oh, that was very close.
She could just end it like that, potentially.
She almost stops herself on that final jug. Wow. Good work from Emma. So, Anon is up. Now, sorry, I got this wrong. It wasn't for the top. It was the start position for Mao.
For the go when they called her off?
Yeah. So,
that'll be interesting.
Anyway, it remains the same regardless because of the points to the zone and other attempts. So it was a starting position. Sorry, I thought it was about the top.
That's fair. Erin back up high on Boulder 2. Zelia sticking that move. Wow, lots of back. This is amazing. Okay.
Yeah, so Zelia has the toe in underneath, goes low. Now, similar, we've seen this before, this low method. It's harder to make the match, but now she's got the height she needs by standing up on that heel.
So
Such
good.
Flexibility. Oh.
The foot slip.
Oh. Well, she's been given it. You would be writing appeal forms.
I probably would be writing.
Okay.
I didn't see, but I would be watching the video back and then writing an appeal form.
Yes, to clarify that, other coaches can appeal against other teams. You can say, hang on a sec, my athlete should have got a better score, or hang on a sec, the other athlete should have got a lower score.
Yeah.
And it's a whole world unto itself. Go back and watch Saggy commentating in America if you want to hear the appeals process described. He's one of our coaches. It's a game, and a game I do love. Now look, called off a starting position here,
Okay.
That was a fairly late call, and she does not want to come down, which you understand.
Yeah, we saw the same with Mao. She stood there like, really?
Yeah.
Because by the time you've done all that climbing, the problem is, you can't get called down until you've left the starting holds. Because you can use them all, and until you step out to that volume, everything is the start.
Fine, that's a good point, yeah.
So, because in theory, she could go up and then realise and climb back down, so they have to wait until she gets out to this zone.
The judges are looking for a difference in movement between when you pull on and when you start climbing.
Yes.
And the temptation can be to rush that sequence, you know, just to do it in one movement.
So, I think you don't have to hold the start position for a very long time, but you do have to be still.
Yes,
when
exactly
you hold
that.
it.
Just a change between I'm getting onto the boulder and I'm climbing the boulder. That's what they're looking for. Right, Erin looking a bit frustrated. We said she'd boss it. But
surprised she's not,
But then, look, not many. I mean, no one's really got close.
No one's done this boulder yet.
No.
And she has got 10-point holds. Oh, that was so close from Emma. Okay.
Erin's going to go as well. So Erin's not going to progress further than a zone on that one. Emma, though, all to play for. I love the differences. One athlete's finishing, one athlete could get it all.
Yeah. Especially on such a fast boulder like this, like she could have 2 more goes if she needs it. Okay, come on, Emma, let's go.
Right, she's got to be quick, but don't rush it. 19 seconds is plenty of time on this.
Yes. Oh. Again.
It's not going to be enough time.
That's fair.
13, and then Anon, frustrated clearly, will have to go. Although she is in the top 3, Japanese lock out of the top 3 provisionally.
Wow. Strong showing.
Right, well, we're approaching. This is a quick one. Madison Richardson is up next.
I don't know much about Madison.
Madison, she's one of those kind of quiet Canadian climbers, but this year...
She's been good. She's been
multiple
really good.
semis in a row, So she will
and strong performances in semis.
Yes, exactly that.
Top 10 showings, I think.
She will start to make finals regularly at some point. So, Lily on 2, Yutong Zhang on women's 3, and then Osh will finish things off on 4. Very important top on 3 for Osh.
Yes.
So less work to do, but still some pressure on that slab.
I think her attempts are not as good as some of the other girls, so if she wants to make finals, she might need a top on this.
Coming up towards 11:30 here, my name is Matt Groom. I'm joined by Jack McDougall. We're watching the women's semi-finals. 8 athletes needed for the finals.
It's good so far.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been a very quick... I always know semi-finals is good if it feels like it's going fast.
Yes.
And we're already on the top 5.
Not many tops, but a lot of action still.
Yeah, exactly that. So Lily trying to get the sequence and the movement in her body there. She looks upwards. Yutong Zhang, she's attempting the squeeze almost. She's certainly thinking about it. Had a shoulder wedged in. Now she goes back to the more traditional. It's those jibs she's standing, sorry, the volume she's standing on now. That's the giveaway, obviously. I thought Moore would use a toe hook, but I think it's just there to block.
I think the toe hook would pull you in the wrong direction. Because a lot of people have not even touched that foothold, I don't think.
That's true. I think it might be to stop you cheating, actually. Cheating the boulder by going low somehow.
Yeah,
who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, up towards the bananas for Zhang. Osh McKenzie is in 6th. He needs some more points here, at least his own.
Come on, let's go.
Yutong, good idea.
This left hand is bad.
Yeah,
really hard.
Because you've got to use it to stop your momentum right.
Yeah.
Osh stands on the jib.
Beautiful. That was really good.
Yeah, well, she looks down on her right foot, looks left, starts this palm. Looks around the corner. She needs to trust this foot now.
Yeah, you can see it shaking a tiny bit.
It's very low. I think that's clever, actually.
Long way to stand up out of that, though.
Yeah, powerful move. Doesn't do the foot swap.
Maybe we'll go back to the foot swap. We've seen a lot of people step through and go, no.
If you could make it work, I get it, but the hold at the top is very bad.
Yeah, the last move would be crazy.
Because you're going to have to fling the foot over. Yeah, she's going back. Watch Yutong Zhang on women's 3. No, not quite for Osh. Just body position. She hadn't got herself set up for the foot swap. And once you're sort of in a position on a slab like that, it's hard to change.
Yeah, for sure.
Madison will rest for a while. Boulder 1 still proving elusive to all but Kyra Condi. Oh, that's better from Zhang. Stop the movement.
Almost stop with one hand. I'd like to see that. That'd be fun. Does Lily have the zone on this boulder yet? No. No 10-point hold for Lily yet.
Not quite.
So also resting, giving it some time.
That's our crowd, fascinated. The chalk blowing from the roof, the light show, always in action here as the crowd wave to us. A very good arena to go climbing in this. Controllable spaces, that's the big debate, whether we have it outside and we can't control certain factors, or we control everything but maybe lose a bit of ambience.
Yes. But I think I prefer indoor venues.
You know what you're getting.
Like, climbing outside is nice. Sometimes it's fun, but the atmosphere I think is better inside.
But then sometimes in the middle of a city with thousands of people watching, I do like that spectacle.
Yeah.
Right, what is going on? So Yutong Zhang is up. Lily Abriat launches again. Madison starts the flinging move right, but she's not close. And Osh is back into this potential foot match. Zhang stops.
This is good. This tricky match. Okay, Osh is going to step through again.
Oh, wow, she is, you're right. No, she is. No, she's on a foot match. Wrong position, I think.
Come on, Zhang.
One hand away, then. Right-handed instead.
Swap is good.
Oh, no.
Such a hard position.
And with 4 seconds to go, that was it.
Yeah.
That would have made a huge difference to her score.
For sure.
Wow. Interesting. Well, that is the athlete's holding area. And out of the lights comes Camilla Moroni down on the left. Her medal in Brazil was an amazing moment.
Oh, I wish I could have been there. It was incredible.
Man, she was like pacing back and forth. It was one of those horrible situations where someone kind of has to not do a lot for you to get the medal. So you obviously don't want to be celebrating when someone falls off, but in you...
At the same time, you want to work a medal.
Yeah, exactly. Fair play to Camilla. She's just such a fighter out on the mat.
Yeah, she's really cool. One of my favourites to watch in the golf.
Yeah, me too. Right, Erin needs to build on some stuff here.
Yeah. She could do with...
Yeah, she really could. So she's down in 12th at the moment. But 2 zones, 20 points. Good. A flash to this zone would be important as well. That would be the 30.
If she can get the 1 top 4 zones in quick attempts, then maybe she's okay.
Yeah, I think so. But a top, I think, is pretty important here. So she needs to get something, and this is the boulder that's toppable.
Yeah. And Zelia on slab, another incredible slab climber. All of the French team.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
they're all incredible and all in their different ways, which I love as well.
Yeah.
They climb slabs just differently. Erin boosts. She does hold the move smooth.
So
this is
strong.
A flash as well for her.
Yeah. She is dispatching.
Yeah. Could this be the 25 then? She rests on this better hold. This will be at the edge of her reach. It's a big move, creeps through. Locks off that right hand, needs to try to disengage the left. Yes, that'll count.
Amazing.
Holds the position for a long time to show the judges. Yeah.
Interesting from Zelia, she has her feet the other way.
Oh, yes.
I thought she was going to try and, like, match step, but not quite.
Well, big moment for Erin McNeese. She leaves with plenty of time to rest as well, so setting herself up well for the slab
really
to
good
come.
Set. Good. Also going for the Houdini match. Wow.
Very physical. Now working hard.
Come on, Emma, let's go. Getting that zone is good for her. For sure.
By the way, that boulder number 3, while Zelia Rabazu on, that Zelia got is being appealed.
Yes.
So Emma taking a sip of water just to calm down. Oh, good work.
Wow, good save.
Yeah, Zelia won't know she's under appeal, but we know that she does need this top if that appeal goes through. It's against her as well, so someone wants it to be downgraded.
She will get the opportunity to climb again on that boulder, though, I think.
We'll see. Yeah, depends when she came off.
She had time left on the clock.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. But you never want to have to do that.
No. Right, she's crossing through.
But again, yeah.
This is a great shot here, by the way, on screen to show this foot match.
Good scarpa ad.
Yeah. Yes. Right, and move away for Zelia Rabazu. No one's got it so far. Neither can Zelia.
Okay. I hope this gets sent. There's like a chance that maybe it's like a tiny bit too hard, but I think it will. But yeah, I hope.
If it gets done once, the route says will call it success. Yeah. It's like it's become there's a few decider boulders, but 1 is maybe doable. We saw Kyra do it.
Yeah.
2, pretty hard. 3, yes. And 4, I think 1 might get it, you know. And I'm thinking about Oriam.
For sure.
Or Annie, to be fair. We'll see.
Yeah. Annie's my bet for women's too.
Erin goes Fig 4. She comes down, though.
Okay.
Emma into the
Come
pocket.
on, Emma, let's go.
So Camilla, back and forth she goes, winds up.
Wow, that was crazy legs. I'm surprised this boulder 1 is not getting more sense.
Yeah.
From the start, it seemed very promising, and then Kyra sent.
Yeah.
Okay, again, this is going to be close to time. Oh. That foot must be so bad.
But okay, so another rotation in our low-scoring but exciting round, and Miho Nanaka is about to come out to the stage.
Always a crowd favourite.
Yes, she is very relaxed at the moment. As she always is, to be fair with Miho.
Yeah.
She just loves the circuit.
Sometimes I almost feel like too relaxed.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, probably not, but like there are times I'm like, come on. So, let's see.
So Miho will check out this sequence here. Yutong Zhang will finish things off, having come really close to Boulder 3, and psychologically that's hard for her.
Yeah, you spend your 5 minutes behind the wall, just all the woulda, coulda, shouldas going through your head.
I'm definitely, I hold on to things. I would struggle to let it go.
Yeah, it's hard.
Right, Miho. Here she goes. Not quite, slides down. Madison. She goes into the crimps, hits the left hand. And Lily. She's doing very well, Lily, on her
Lily
first go.
on three is looking good.
Now,
another figure four? Not quite.
Zelia Avazu, by the way, the appeal's been rejected, so her top stands on women's three. Yeah.
Good, nice.
And she's up at the top spot with 54.7. Lily is doing...
This is good. This is really good.
Wow.
Come on, Lily.
Oh, she's got an elbow involved. Can she flick that left hand out, though?
Oh, it looks hard.
She's climbed herself into the hardest possible way. I think that's going to count. It is. Definite control for me, though.
Wow, that was so good. So good.
She did it like the hardest possible way.
Yeah, that was good climbing.
Yeah.
Really good climbing.
Lily leaves, and Lily Abria is, I think I said in a voiceover recently, that her transition into the senior circuit is complete, and it is.
Yes.
You know, she belongs.
For sure. Yeah, again, it's hard to get those opportunities with the French team.
Yeah.
They have so many strong girls that she didn't get selected for the first part of the season.
Yeah.
But instead went and just absolutely smashed it on the Euro Cup circuit, so there are worse things to happen.
Yutong Zhang, by the way, wasn't spitting on the boulder then. She was blowing on the boulder. So you're trying to blow off some of the dust and chalk that might just be layering, a fine layer of that. And it does make all the difference.
Yeah, for sure. Especially on such a slopey volume like this. Sometimes there can be like a bit of like grit and sand from the texture of the volume that's on it that just becomes slippy.
Miho fires right. Not quite this time.
Promising.
Yeah, we are going to show you Kyra Condi how she did that boulder, because she was right at the beginning, and I've almost forgotten how she did it.
It was incredible.
Yeah, so we'll show you that after this round. Yutong, oh, good work.
That was good. I can't get over how much I love this boulder. It's incredible.
The final one.
This slab.
I will love it if it's tops.
Yeah.
Then it will have its place in my heart.
Yeah.
Currently, I just think it's a bit mean.
But like watching the climbing is just like, the moves are so good.
Oh, let's call it tough love, Jack. How about that?
There we go.
Tough
love
love
a bit of that.
is women's sports. We've got Titanic and tough love. We're getting there. Miho starts this move. Oh, that was so much better.
Good. Okay.
That was it.
Yes.
She knows it as well.
Yeah. And now it's a hard decision whether you rest and just because she could do it next go.
Yep.
But also like the feet can slip, the hands could slip. It's hard to not feel like you need another 3 goes to guarantee it.
And
but then you
she's
get tired.
up into the 50s in terms of how many World Cup boulder competitions she's had. She's so experienced. 55th, in fact. So
that's
so experienced.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so many semi-final and final performances. I think it's like 24 podiums or something crazy. Like.
So here she goes. Oh, again. I thought that was in. And the full somersault finished things off like
Points to dismount.
Oh, yeah. Hannes van Dyson last week. I'm going to bring it up one more time. The frustration backflip.
The frustration backflip.
Moment of the year for me. Yutong has to hurry, but doesn't want to rush. 30 seconds on the clock.
We love that juxtaposition on a slab.
Yeah. Oh, a very interesting foot swab.
That was barely on.
Yeah. edges of her shoes being tested to the limits there. She's like a smile on her face, she knows as well.
It's hard when you fall off, you have 20 seconds, and like, you don't really have time to go again, but also it's your last boulder of the comp. What else are you going to do?
No.
So
And
then you pull on and give it a last attempt.
Yeah, just why not? 5 seconds, you're going to have to jump through. Miho's gone. Miho just looked bemused. How do you do that?
Yes. Ask Kyra.
Well, let's ask Kyra, because we're going to watch this replay then. Let's see how Kyra Condi did the move earlier on in this competition. So, starting position we've seen, it was this here. Now, it's all about this swing. How does she do it? Is there something special with the feet?
Wow.
I know. We're both shaking our heads. It's
right,
hard to see.
Right.
Yeah. Her hips were closer to the wall.
Yeah, she was really close to the wall.
Yeah. She was
feet, and the feet didn't slip. Hit the hands. It's like, it was just...
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Yeah,
just
really good.
magic from Kyra Condi. Got it done. I love putting things down to magic. Sometimes I honestly think it's the way.
That's all it takes sometimes, just a little bit of magic.
Yeah. Right, Oriane Berton comes on. This lady got gold last week. She's got golds multiple times this year. She is very relaxed, very chilled and flowing, as you can see.
That was good execution on the first move.
Not quite, but we expect that.
Yeah.
Erin on the slab, and she's in the provisional finals, but just...
Yeah, I think a fast zone on this will put her ahead of everyone else in the 1-4, and then maybe she'll be fine. Maybe.
And Camilla as well. Bit low that time. Maybe needed more of a swing.
Yeah, or just a little bit bend in the arm. Okay. Emma on Boulder 3 as well.
Yeah,
she will need to top this if she was round progression.
Very tall, and I think that knee bar is almost impossible to get in.
Yeah.
You really have to downturn it.
Osh found this next sequence hard, and there's the other taller athlete in this round, I'd say.
Yeah.
But we'll see how she gets on.
Yeah, it's all about fitting into boxes. We talk about it all the time. Imagine there's a shape there that you need to squeeze your body into. Certain boxes, certain different body types, and this box is for sure a smaller person's box.
Yes.
Erin falls.
Oh, wow. That was a good save.
I thought she was gone. Good.
Okay, and that's the zone that she needed, so...
Yeah, so that will upgrade her score when it's updated on the scoreboard. On to Tough Love, the end of Tough Love.
Yeah, the really, really tough bit of Tough Love.
Yes, exactly. The disappointed parents, you've dropped out of school to pursue drama. This is my own story.
No, we don't talk about dropping out of school.
So, Erin, back and forth. She's looking very confident here, but going the wrong direction.
Yeah, interesting.
I think this is to reset the foot.
To readjust the foot. Yeah, okay, nice.
Oriane back into the starting position, easy into the first move.
It looks way better.
Good climbing from Erin to have the confidence to go backwards.
Yeah.
It didn't work, but still, the point still stands.
Okay. Emma's really not getting on with this women's 3.
No.
It's not. But like I say, again, it took Osh a while to get through this first section, and then she did top.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. 2 minutes left.
By the way, that zone got Erin to the top. So she's in provisional first.
Nice.
There she is on our main screen. Can she upgrade that even further? Quite a few athletes in the 54s, down to Melody in joint third at the moment. Erin lands, comes off. Oriane again. I honestly didn't think women's 1 would be this hard.
No. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I still think our first climber, Nastia, was one of the best we've seen. She was so close.
Yeah, she was, Jack. Very good point. Nastia now outside, but... Yeah, very good point.
Okay, this is good. Come on, Emma.
This is where, I started sliding down the deck of the Titanic, which is why we're calling it Titanic. Yeah. That's exactly it. The cold Arctic waters has beckoned below. Someone should not have allowed me to do this.
You should take up poetry.
I mean, I dabble. Right.
On Tuesdays.
Yeah, exactly. All right, back into the position for Emma. Camilla Moroni needs to find some more power in those arms.
Lippy. Come on, Emma. Make it work.
Oriane with 38 seconds. I don't think she's got the key for this. Erin's got to be fast. She's going for the full cross through.
Yeah, she was not a fan of the foot swap.
Maybe, you know, Jack. No, what do you do next?
You go back and then change the foot, apparently.
Exactly. She's going to try the foot match in not an ideal position. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Sometimes that's better, though. The way that she was able to have her foot be like face perpendicular to the volume because her other foot was inside.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works better. Buzzer beater for Oriane.
She tried to slow it down. Doesn't like it. She's going to have to leave.
Wow.
In years past, that would have affected her. The new Oriane, I think she's just over that mentally.
She will
now.
come back out to the next boulder. The smile will be back. The strut will be back.
Yeah.
And she will be back.
How do you mention the strut?
Yeah.
I thought it was just me who saw that.
It's
a full strut, isn't it?
Yeah. I think she maybe like puts it on as a part of her comp process.
Yes.
Like she stands in that doorway. She goes, "I'm Oriane Platone."
Yes.
I
own this stage.
Yes.
Well, another lady who owns a stage, Agathe Calais, silver medal last week from her. It's amazing she hasn't got more medals, actually, but it's worth remembering she's still fairly young, still coming into this scene.
So that was her first medal, only second final.
Yeah. I sort of, in my head, she makes multiples, but yeah, doesn't all the time. But did win that gold at the Neon Masters back in 24.
Yeah.
Bronze, of course, at European champs in Vila.
She made every semi this round.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, she has. So consistent, but only won finals. So let's see if she can get into another.
Lily on the slab. I'm going to say it again. I have faith.
Yes, I was about to say.
Back, but girl can slab climb.
But no zone on 2. Costa dear.
For sure.
Miho looking good. She's going for the campus, just go over move.
There we go, getting a swing going. Come on, Miho. She is so strong, it is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, her pinch power.
It's incredible.
And that's the way I saw it, is the fling over. But if she can't do that, that's quite telling.
She'll rest. She'll have another go. I hope.
I saw it as a cross through, kind of hold it, hope. There is a right foot down low. Maybe it's a bit too far.
On the blue thing.
On the blue and black thing.
I think she was stood on that.
She's obviously not good enough to sort of...
Yeah,
I guess you need
doesn't take any weight.
Yeah, you need some opposition.
Keeps it into the wall, but I'm really a bit lost on that boulder.
Lily, delicate stuff here. She trusts that right foot. Slowly takes the weight off that left foot and the bad ankle.
Lily, come on.
Less than 3 minutes now. Agathe starts swinging. That was very good.
Very close to the wall, same as Kyra.
Yeah, I think that's the key. You know, we're talking about Kyra's magic. I think it's all about that.
Yeah. It's interesting for a move to work like that, I find. Often, the trick is to, swing far out from the wall, and then you try and, time it so you end in at the end. Because then it just gives you more time to, hit the end position. But on this one, you seem to want to swing flat across the wall from the start.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's counterintuitive. Yeah. No, you're right. And the angle of the wall doesn't help her either.
No.
So Lily back on. She's looked perfect until she falls off.
Yeah.
Needs to plant that left foot.
Hit it a little bit better. Okay, that was beautiful. I keep saying that every time someone does that move, but it just is.
No, it is. I mean, when it all slots into place, it's just perfect. Perfection. Movement perfection.
This bit with the bad ankle might be tricky.
Yes, I haven't talked to the physio about it, but I did see the work going on, and it was being heavily treated, so hopefully she's all right. Goes for the cross-through, will change her mind. Madison on Titanic will start to creep into the box on the right.
Another taller athlete who's finding this space tricky.
Lily, final moves of tough love as she looks to swap the left with the right.
Ooh. Trying to readjust it, almost wobbling off. Okay. Time for another go, but let's see.
Yeah, that time is ticking. Miho missed the top but came close, but did get the zone, of course.
Yeah.
Agat has almost dropped the zone on that attempt. Not as close to the first go.
No, the foot slip.
Yeah. Miho tries to find some friction on the no friction, just about.
Okay,
Gets
come
enough.
on, Miho, let's go. Going for the foot up with a toe instead of the heel. Come on, Miho. Come on,
This is working.
Yes.
Yes, she's going to get this.
Oh.
First lady at the top women's too.
Oh my God.
All comp being jacked, going back and forth with how the different methods.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
that was incredible. Wow.
Miho breathes hard.
What a legend. She's amazing.
She really is, man. Like,
Oh, I'm so happy.
good work from Miho. And you know, although she's only halfway through, I think
It puts her in a good position.
it really does. Yeah, she'd have to mess up quite badly.
Yeah. And so far, the other Japanese girls have had good time on Boulder 3, so we'll see.
Oh my goodness, we have our last athlete out. Blink and you miss it on this semi. So, yes, Annie Sanders runs on. Annie Sanders then, what can she do? She was disappointed in Prague. I heard her being interviewed. She just said to a reporter, look, it just wasn't my set of boulders.
Yeah.
Didn't get on with them.
Yeah. I would be amazed if she goes all the way to the 10-point hold on this boulder.
Yes.
Like, I think she's stopping.
Definitely was.
Yeah.
But having said that, she knows her weakness was Prague, basically, all of the boulder set. Maybe she'll come in this with a different approach. Maybe she will just try, not try to cheat.
I find her interesting because, like, her thing is breaking dynos.
Yeah.
But, like, on Instagram, she can do really hard dynamic moves. Like, she's capable, just like her mentality in a comp is to break them.
Yes.
And she's very good at that, so maybe it works, but I don't know.
You can sometimes see her frustrate herself for almost trying too many things.
Yeah.
Because she will know. I mean, she's a pro climber. She knows the method.
For sure. Like, she can see what all these moves are supposed to be. And, like, I think she can do them, but often she chooses to break them instead, which is interesting.
Yeah. Camilla with a perfect knee bar there for a second. She wasn't high enough, but it was a good knee bar with a drop knee in. Oh, Oriane is going to have to, that's exactly it. She just needs to find her zen here.
Yeah. Emma on the slab. She's been doing a lot of slab work recently. She's very good. I hope she can deliver.
I hope so too. Oriane is turning to face the audience, trying to figure out this move. She's one, when we were talking earlier about how athletes react to the audience, she will react positively to this crowd.
For sure. She is here for the show.
Camilla, by the way, has done what we said earlier, which is chalk the thigh, and look, this is it in action.
No hands. Wow, what a bowler.
So she would have had no chalk for the no-text, pre-chalked herself for the next section, and that's exactly what we're chatting about.
Yeah. Interesting trying to do this fast, maybe?
She's setting herself for it, isn't she? Here we go with the fast move. No.
All the way.
Emma on the slab. She's outside currently.
And Emma will tell anyone she prefers a jib slab. Like, jibs over volumes any day. So now hopefully she will be able to.
Yeah, she turns, looks right at her feet.
Like, I wonder if she could almost reach. I don't think she can. But if she could swap feet, maybe just get close.
Oh, she's trying everything. It is like a ballet move, this. I can't remember what position. It's first, second position, I don't know.
I went through a phase earlier this year where I would stand against the wall in my house, and I would just, like, put my feet as close to the wall as possible and stand, like, just, like, you know, against the wall, pretending I was on a slab, like, inside, outside. So it was a fun period.
This is going to be part of the Jack McDougall training plan. We all want to see now. I need this in my life. Camilla gets herself set for the fast move again. Emma is resting.
Oh, it's going to be hard to hold that.
It is. And you can see what it's doing to her body. They're nearly face-planting the mats there.
And the skin, every time she fires off this, is going to lose some fingertips.
Good point.
Which, as long as she doesn't bleed, will be okay. But it still gets a bit sweatier, a bit warmer every single time.
Yes, and it'll be costing for later rounds if you're going to get through. Obviously not their concern right now, but still. So Lily Abriat is sitting on the bubble. She's just pushed Yuetong Zhang out of the top 8. So Yuetong, we will not see her again, but good result from her.
Very nice. Okay, come on, Emma.
Annie's got through that first zone, by the way, but now working on part 2 of that boulder.
Going back for the step through. I don't think it's the way.
I just think it's tempting.
Yes.
You know, it makes way more sense to do that, apart from the holds run out.
Oh, Camilla has secured the zone on 3 with the static beater.
Good work from Camilla.
So much smaller jump.
And we've seen a lot of people get it from here as well.
It's going to be another buzzer beater, though.
It's 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
Oriane goes with no top. Annie's still working on it. Camilla's one hand away with 10 seconds to go.
Oh, wow.
She turned that jib into almost a side.
One of the most stable tops we've seen.
Yeah.
She managed to get so far over to the right that...
Yeah, I think people have been trapped to try to press up into that, and actually it's better to turn, it turns out. So this could be a finals place for Camilla as well, but Emma not going to be this time for her.
No, she will not be, because she was really close to that boulder 1. That'll be haunting her for sure. But a good effort. Like, she's had 3 solid performances in a row now. She should be happy. Or at least happy in a bit. She can be sad for now.
Exactly. I mean, you know, it's 3rd World Cup. Let's remember that, you know. And I am very guilty of doing this, which is like once an athlete does something, I expect them to keep doing it. Yes.
Which is the hard thing, because it's not just you. Everyone who sees someone make a fan, they're like, okay, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
It's like she will, but like, maybe not this time, maybe not next time, but eventually.
Exactly. Got to build up to it. Right, a GAT on Boulder 2. We won't see any more of Boulder 1 at the moment as they say goodbye to that one.
So only 1 send on Boulder 1 from Kyra, right back at the start. Would not have guessed that. Incredible. Okay. So
Miho, the only athlete to have done women's number 2, and she's action on Titanic on women's 3. Madison, who's had a fairly quiet round for her.
Yeah.
She's down in 17th currently.
Yeah, she could do with the slab performance.
Yeah, she could. So work to do on the slab. Fascinating stuff. Miho is trying everything to get into position.
Slab is a hard one to have to finish on. Like, when there's pressure on a power boulder, it kind of makes you squeeze harder, pull harder, be aggressive. But like, knowing the slab is really important, but having to be calm and stand and be gentle is really tricky.
Yeah, the setters decide the order of the boulders fairly last minute, actually. And they base that on conditions, athlete, you know, how the athletes are feeling. If they're super tired, they won't necessarily put 3 power boulders at the end. They might mix it up a bit.
Because it makes a big difference. There have definitely been rounds in the past which would have had different outcomes if the blocks would be in different orders.
Oh, for sure. Nightmare for us in TV. We never know where they're going to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, when you run out to the mat, sometimes you don't know. In qualies, like, you know, but it's tricky. In our quali round, A half was on one side and B half was on the other.
Yep.
But the boulder 5s were swapped. So people would just like run out to the wrong B5 boulder and be like, what?
While you say that, I said this earlier on, but just to remind everyone, the qualifying is split into 2 groups of 2 different boulders. Therefore, there are some athletes who qualify in a higher position, although they have a lower score. That's because it's decided within the group. I'm getting a lot of questions about this. That's why I'm bringing it up. Right, Madison needs this boulder. She presses on the triangle volume.
Good to the zone, pretty fast. And Miho could also do with getting women's 3 cents. Good time.
Yeah, well, at least the zone.
Yeah. Which she now has.
That'll be important points for Miho. She will bump up from provisional 9th into the top 8 here. And holds the swing.
Just the match left to go now, effectively.
That was so controlled, Jack, on that move.
Yeah. It's Miho.
God, I wish I was Miho Nanaka.
Right. Don't we all?
Reeves right. There's the jib. She's not on it, though. Still not in use. She's going to cross the left into it.
Oh, slightly too low.
Maybe she had a thumb on it, but it didn't look like it.
I think the thumb was just about it. The way she was holding it, it wasn't quite squeezing enough to be,
Interesting. A gap with a big flick.
Was good attack.
Love to see that. Now, we know how it could be done, this boulder. Toe in the 10, but Agat needs to get there first.
Yeah.
Every athlete who comes down on that looks exhausted.
For sure, it's hard. Like, yeah, and like I said, it's rare the women get a full-on campus no-foot boulder.
Yep.
It's really good to see. Props to the setters.
Yeah, indeed. So solid.
Yeah, really, really good.
Plants the left foot on the purple ghost holds.
Around to this. It is tiny.
How close did Mao come? What could have been for Mao, although
she's still
in third.
Still in third.
That might be enough.
Yeah, I wonder if we have some confirmed finalists now. Erin must be sitting in a good position.
So Madison just commits finally, but wasn't quite there. Miho swings right.
Come on, Miho. Oh, thumb again.
Yeah, she's on the jib. Can she make the left hand work? She's done so well to get in. Yes.
Wow.
There was a moment where it looked dodgy.
Yeah, because his nose X, I thought it was going to slip, but that was incredible.
She had to check with the judges. They confirmed it. And Miho gets 2 in a row, and that will
definitely be in finals.
Yeah,
that will definitely be enough for finals.
Good.
Okay.
The stars are in, yeah. And you know, there's pressure on Miho too. She's established in the Japanese team, of course, but she's not safe.
No one is safe.
No.
Like, yeah. Meichi has made 2 finals. Like, came 4th and 5th, I think, this year.
Although I am being told that Meichi's likely to have qualified for World Champs because of the podium.
Okay.
So I think it's more just to give him a rest. He had a few tweaky injuries because I thought the same as you.
Salt Lake. Yeah, good point.
I thought the same as you. I thought he'd left, but I think it's a temporary replacement for him.
That's good.
Anyway.
Yeah.
As is my understanding.
Yes.
Caveat with all of that.
Hey.
Oriane on Titanic.
Does need something. She missed the zone on the Powerball, so we'll need 2 tops to make finals. Which I believe she's capable of.
But that slab, if I hadn't seen everyone fall off the top of it, yes, but...
That was exquisite, though. So easy.
Flow for Oriane. She needs this. Up with the right hand. She's 1 hand away from a flash now. Annie as well is towards the zone. That's going to be...
So good, so good.
How does she bounce back from 2, no tops to that?
That was beautiful. Annie Sanders, toe hook in the zone.
She will attempt some strange things here.
Yeah, we have the same thing again.
But she's got the endurance to be able to make it work.
Yeah, that's her super thing.
Camilla with a strapped up right ankle. Needs to trust it now. Does. Wow.
Okay. Action on both boulders.
Annie has almost a heel toe cam she's trying to get in, but she presses the toe.
Yeah.
She's got the stickiest feet.
Wow. Yeah, because they're completely no-tex.
And remember, she's been up there a while, and look at the strength to hold that cut loose.
Yeah.
And watch Camilla as well on your main screen. She tries to work out the foot and match. Come on, Annie, keep fighting here.
Annie going to bump again, maybe?
She's thinking about it. Oh, the drop knee. Oh, my goodness, what is that?
Oh, my God. Leaving this is incredible.
That is almost inhuman.
Oh.
Yeah, almost inhuman there on that move.
Camilla has foot swapped.
Yeah.
She's up to the last move.
Annie is exhausted because she didn't come down on that boulder.
No. God. Oh, the foot pop.
Very close for Camilla. Annie, I don't know how she's got anything left. Or it doesn't look like she does.
No.
And she's got to pick herself up and go again.
Yeah.
She crawls to the edge of the mat.
She'll be having a rest now, I think.
Absolutely. I think he's going to give her oxygen.
Yeah.
What a... Let's watch this again on a replay, because it was this drop knee that shocked us. A, the flexibility to get into it.
To get into it and then be able to twist the foot round.
And how did it stick? Look, the drop knee, we can just about see the knee here. It was all about the twist. Look there.
Like, wow.
Unbelievable.
The flexibility is insane. And the strength to be able to make it, like, actually lock in.
Yeah. My voice has gone up like 3 octaves.
Yeah.
I've got squeaky, but it is impressive. Wow. I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't count for anything.
Yeah. And the release from that position will be so hard.
I mean, I'm not even sure you could physically do it on the second go through. We'll have to see.
We'll see what she comes up with.
Yeah, for now, we'll stick with Camilla because Annie is just sitting and breathing right now.
She's earned that. She's earned that.
So Camilla, fast fire attempts here. 1 minute 13. The pressure is not helped by the audience clapping right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to build up the athletes too.
Breathe, Camilla, come on.
It's that feeling when you start to unsend a boulder, which is so annoying.
Yeah, so stressful. Oh, I didn't see, but I don't know if that start was the most legit start we've seen.
On Annie?
On Camilla.
Ah, interesting. Well, we'll find out after this move, won't we? I can't see anyone running on.
No, maybe it was okay.
Oh, no, I can.
There we go.
She has been called a good spot, Jack. Well done, mate.
Get me in the coach's pit.
Although, she's still climbing. Interesting.
I guess, yeah.
I have no idea.
She's not going to have time to get
she's
back
been
up
called
again.
back again. I think she ignored the judge.
Yeah, I was like, if you're not going to have time, then you can appeal it later, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. And she hasn't got time, so that is going to be an interesting one. Not happy. She's pacing back and forth. Because, I mean, we saw maybe... And she's still appealing there, so she is an angry lady out on the mat. Camilla is on the far right-hand side. She's walking now. We didn't quite get it, but she was very angry with the judges there.
Yeah. She is... It feels like a scam because you've climbed so far before they tell you. But
there is a reason.
Because it's all tagged.
Yeah, well, see, I'm waiting for my phone to buzz, put it like that.
Yes.
To symbol an appeal on that one.
The notice.
So, a GAT on M3. Climbable, as we've just seen Oriane do.
Yeah. I have faith in her for this boulder.
Me too. And Miho down on the far right. I'm quite glad the Japanese decided to change their kit this year.
Yeah.
Because from a distance, it was quite, when it was just a sea of blue.
Yes, there were too many Japanese and French athletes on the mat.
But Japanese kit, I've said it many times, someone needs to give me a Japanese kit.
Oh,
I'm going to be explicit about this.
Yeah.
Please, Team Japan.
Someone.
I haven't asked them yet. I just want someone to give it to me.
Yeah. It's all right. They'll hear. They'll get the message.
I don't know. Apparently they only have one T-shirt per athlete, so maybe not.
Wow.
That might not be true. That's what I was told.
Find one of the athletes who's like being removed from the team.
Oh gosh. It's commiserations and can I have your T-shirt? Yeah. I'll get you to do the talking on that one, Jack.
Oh, I couldn't. I wouldn't dare.
Right, a GAT on Titanic. Trust the right foot. She hasn't done the... she's not brought chalk back. She hasn't got chalked up legs.
Rookie error.
So what can Miho do on this planting move? Takes a breath before committing to it. She's a bit high, I think, Miho. Yeah.
But she's in first place already. She does not need anything on this boulder.
Yeah. How aware of the scores are you? Can you see a scoreboard back there?
You can't see a scoreboard at this comp, no.
Okay.
Usually there'll be boards at the side of the wall that you can like catch a glimpse of. But here the scores are only up on this big screen that's in front of the stage. So you can't actually see anything.
I presume the coaches will sort of give some thumbs up and smiles if you are in a good position. I know, obviously, coaching you can't do, but you can get the vibe.
Also, like, I never look at the coaches.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Like, I like catch a glimpse of the scoreboard if I can see it, and I like keep an eye on what other people are doing, but like, the coaching pit is never somewhere I look.
So when you leave the stage, you genuinely have no idea?
No.
Wow.
Like, I have an idea of what I believe I did compared to other people and like what I think will have been required to progress to the next round. But yeah.
So I love asking this question just because everyone has a different answer.
Yeah.
Some need to know.
Yeah.
You know, or obviously if you can't see it, it's different. But as much as they can listen or get clues, they will want to find that out. Others are a bit like you, just don't want to have anything to do with it later on.
I want to know, I want to keep an awareness, but like, yeah, I don't need to. And I feel like, I always finish rounds at the moment being like, one more zone would have been enough. Like, yeah.
Well, Miho has 2 minutes to figure out this slab. More than half her time gone now. She brings the right foot in. She's side footing, trusting the edge of her foot.
very high on the volume, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people have stood way lower.
She's been doing that all through her moves, and I think it makes the crossover move way more difficult.
Like, it will feel nicer to push into, because as the leg comes up, you can push harder into the volume, but it will be harder to stay on the wall.
1 minute 40 left as Agat has a look at that clock. Miho is quickly back on. Watch how Agat is doing this. She's not doing this knee bar.
She will need this if she wants to progress to finals, for sure.
So, important moment for Agat here. She decided to take a chalk bag eventually.
It's going to make the difference.
Flies out. She has got time, as does Miho. Miho in first, so easily through for her.
Yeah,
doesn't need
for sure.
this. But I think we'll be frustrated if she doesn't get the zone.
Yeah. I think, yeah, slab, I would definitely say, is one of Miho's. Like, she's not bad at them, but it's where she trips up in comps often.
Yeah.
There have been so many rounds where she's been incredible on a power boulder and then missed the zone on a slab, that then meant she hasn't made finals.
Yes.
Prague being a good example.
Yeah, very good point. And as all athletes are, she'll be aware that that is her weakness and therefore frustrated when it happens again.
Yeah, it can get in your head a lot.
Colin on slabs this year, same thing.
Yeah, like...
Miho's not going to get this. She's done. So no zone for her, but enough points for
enough
final.
So it's okay. This would be impressive.
It's going to go. So Agat outside, I think.
Yeah.
She knows
not
it as well. No. Tricky for Agat. One final so far, and I wish we had seen her climbing it last week. That's the obvious disappointment with losing a round.
For sure.
So not for now, and not long left to our comp now. A couple of boulders left behind. There is Annie Sanders coming down onto the Titanic boulder, and then Tough Love is with Oriane Berton.
Okay, which he needs to top.
Oriane, yeah. Oriane in trouble at the moment.
If there's someone you wanted to bet on, stop a slab. It's not a bad shout.
True. But as you said, I wonder if the setters just went one hole too far on that one.
Yeah, just there's an argument.
A millimetre difference, perhaps, on the top. But again, if Oriane gets it, root setters open champagne.
Then it's okay. Yeah.
Knee bar in. And shout out to the setters, by the way, Remy and the team. Great job from them so far.
Really good.
Oriane flashes the zone on the right.
She is prepared to have to send this boulder, for sure.
And he has left thigh in action on that no-tex. Works the feet through for Annie. She's going to go low, isn't she? And just creep
She'll
away
go
up.
slow, let's be realistic.
Annie style coming in here. Oriane is going for the foot match. This is the moment. Very close from her. She cushioned that with the bend in the leg.
Yeah. Which I don't know if it was useful in the end. Like, kind of let her, like, she crumpled almost into the foothold rather than it popping, but we'll see. Oh, wow.
Really low. She was looking, I think, to palm down low on the run.
Literally just to keep wiggling through beneath.
Yeah.
Come on, Annie, let's go.
Launches and kicks.
She'll do that next go, I think.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would imagine so. Right. Oriane has cruised the first section of this boulder. The foot swap, as with pretty much everyone else, has tripped people up. Finds the left jib.
The close-up shot of the Black Cat Dragos is so cold.
Oh, look at this. She's not Houdini swapping.
No way.
That almost worked.
That's insane.
So she's trying to make room for both feet on the tiny hole.
It's tiny. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, we talked about adverts for shoe brands. Yeah. That's a good one as well. So Annie is sitting down at the moment in 15th, 29.6.
This boulder needs sending.
Yeah. What a season this is. It's
Yeah.
no World Cup is the same.
It's good. I really like it.
Yeah.
I really like
It's
it.
been my favourite in memory of me doing this job.
Yeah.
Loved
I'm
it.
invested.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I might come to everyone, you never know.
Oh, wow.
All right, Oriane is on this foot. Will she try the match? Will she try the swap? She tried both things. Swap.
I think, yeah, swap, for sure.
She crumpled a bit before on the left leg. Was she a bit straighter? Yes, better. No, still no.
Whoa. It's hard.
It is, and I might be just one of those rounds for Oriane, which is a place away. And by
Yeah.
the way, Kyra Condi is still in the top 8.
She is clinging on.
So the lady who said that she's walking away from a full comp season might just make her first finals in 25.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm rooting. Ah, there we are. Come on.
Yeah, Annie in.
And Annie as well.
Shoulders out. Oh, Annie, great work as she squats on that right leg.
Incredible. It's intense in here as well. The atmosphere is...
Well, they know. I mean, this could be Oriane in or out, Kyra in or out, and Annie possibly in or out. You know, there's a lot to play for with 30 seconds.
Sure. Maybe.
Annie,
Wow.
I don't see it.
I'm not sure.
Annie, I think, is done. And Oriane has this one chance. Prove us wrong, Oriane. Come on, make this.
Maybe the time constraint will help. Sometimes it just gets you to just...
Yes, right. Suddenly the crowd wake up. Can Oriane jump her way up? Can she push Kyra out? 8 seconds, Jack.
Oh my God.
No,
No,
it's
it
not
wasn't
going to
enough.
be. Oriane with that misses finals, and I'm pretty sure Kyra is in. Well, wow. I mean, I'm a split here because obviously I feel for Oriane out there, but what a finals this is shaping up to be.
This is crazy. Annie probably still can.
Yes.
If she can top slab.
Oh.
Maybe a Gat still can if she top slab fast.
Oh my goodness. Wow, what a moment this is. Oh, Oriane leaves, obvious disappointment. I mean, the gold medalist from last week. This will be a hard pickup for Oriane, but a heart goes out to her as well. Just didn't go right in semi-finals. This is the World Cup this year. It's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Agat has 4 goes to top this boulder. But, like, topping it at all would be incredible.
I know. I was a bit premature on the Kyra getting in. I got excited.
But
I'm sorry.
I mean, the block is...
It's feasible now, you know. We're in that where we start talking about it, and it's not being done by anyone.
Yeah. Like... the stress for Kyra right now.
I'm trying to find her in the audience. I think I've just seen USA passing. Right, but let's not count any chickens here.
For now, we stay with this.
Again, onto left.
She's climbing very well.
Very well. Look how confident she looks on that left foot as well.
Yeah, she's maybe been a little bit greedy with it, not left much space to match, but...
It's because she thinks it's a cross room.
Yeah.
And it might be.
I do not blame her.
We haven't seen anyone fully commit to the cross room.
No, I just don't... The end position is so hard. I don't think it goes even with...
Yeah. Gat doesn't know yet. 3 minutes 25.
Should take a minute, sit, clean the shoes.
Yes.
It's interesting having carpeted mats at a World Cup.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Like, for like me climbing the boulders, I really like it.
Okay.
But also there's something about the ritual of coming out, putting your towel down and like using it to clean the shoes that...
It's quite a firm surface. It feels very different. I dislike the squidgy mats. I don't know how you guys run on those. You know when it's too squidgy?
Yeah, I just like thank the God that I'm tall, so like it's okay.
True. Yeah, it feels like I'm walking onto my living room floor. Not which I have carpet, but if I did. But with chalk. It feels somehow wrong. I feel like my mum's going to shout at me.
Oh. Yeah.
This might be a me problem.
Carpeted mats are very like staple in the UK.
Yes, maybe it's a UK
So,
thing.
like, for me, it's, like, kind of nice.
Yeah. Right, Agat is cruising this
She's doing
section.
this really well. Okay, come on.
She shook her head before and didn't know how on earth this went. I'm surprised she's not trying the foot swap.
Yeah, same. Maybe this is the...
I mean, that's why they're not doing it. Because as you're stepping through, your hips are going out, your body weight's rotating away from the wall, and the top hold is blocked, and it's a very small gap to hit.
Yeah. To be fair, maybe
it's the way.
I see it going. If these girls had a working session on this block,
Yeah.
they would do it both ways. Eventually.
Yeah. It's time
The
limit,
problem
isn't
is they only have 5 minutes.
it? Yeah. And that time is ticking away for Agat. Less than 2 minutes, and if she doesn't get this, she will be out as well.
Yeah. She's not been given the zone yet. I'm assuming that's just...
Yeah, the scoreboard can take a while to update
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, because she's down in 16th here, so... Down the order, she slides. Oh, that's another wasted attempt in terms of time.
It gets stressful when... Yeah.
Oh, just mental game here. I don't know how on earth you do this. Keep yourself together. No one can help you out there. It's the loneliest place.
Yeah. It's fun. It's hard when there's no one else on the mats as well. You end up being stood there and you're the only person for people to watch. And like you're just trying your best, but everyone is cheering for you, but there you go. Come on.
So better from Agat. 45 seconds though on the clock.
Shooting her foot through again. Foot almost popped before she was quite ready to foot swap.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
All right, up into position once more. Thumbs in action. Finds the left foot, drills it in, pulls through. 20 seconds. It's time to not think, just do for Agat. Left foot on, you can see that mentality. She's going to go for this jack. Oh, no. So another big name falls by the wayside. Not going to be for Agat here.
No.
And again, a moment for Agat.
So now it's Annie or Kyra. Team USA is going to be on the edge.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Wow. So Kyra is, one athlete away from making a first Boulder finals?
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be incredible.
It really would be, yeah.
That would be amazing.
So Annie walks. Agat will take her time to leave, as she may as well. Time is yours. So Annie now. No more swings, no more jumps, but she's left herself with work to do here. And in 16th with just 3 zones. Can she get it? Yeah, she can. So she tops, she's in. Yeah.
Yeah. What's her points looking like?
Low. 29.6.
0.6. Yeah, she has goes as well. Okay.
Annie gets herself
That
planted.
was really good. Come on.
Oh, this is tense stuff here. Brings the left foot down onto the jib. Little adjustment with the right foot. Looks left. Will need to put all her weight onto that left foot, and she immediately thinks about the cross through. You can see the way her right leg is twitching. That's what she wants to do.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
She goes for the match now. No, goes for the cross through. Going with the initial instinct. Oh, palm now. That's new. That might help the match. And it kind of does.
Wow. Again, maybe like no hop, just like
press.
smush.
And now she's done that. It seems obvious. I guess it pushes you back a bit.
See, a few people have been like feeling around and stuff, but haven't like found it useful enough to actually try and do the foot swap off. But yeah, she did a great job with that. Okay. And now she should be able to get through there way faster.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a problem, this move. comes down, finds that left hand again. I can't wait to see if she'll press again. It's our final athlete, by the way, of this afternoon. Jack McDougall next to me in the commentary box from Team GB. And what a semis this has been.
Yeah.
Finals later on tonight.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think around about 5 o'clock tonight. So left palm down.
Oh. Okay, come on, Annie.
She is trying to find a hand. Oh, wow, okay. Now, this is interesting. So she's going to stand, well, wants to stand up on the right
Yeah,
foot.
maybe she was just moving the foot to make a little bit more room.
I don't know, I can see it happening, because if she could stand on the right, weight it and move the left up, which is a lot of it.
Yeah.
Then she would be in a perfect position to touch the top.
It would be amazing. It would be amazing.
I realised how blue sky thinking I was as I was saying the sentence.
Yeah.
And if a
it's good.
bird flies down, grabs her, lifts her into the final hold.
Then she topped
And
the
it's
Boulder.
done, basically. 1 minute 50 on the clock for Annie Sanders. Can she move from 16th to 8th? Bump out Kyra Condi. Kyra Condi really has become the conversation of this.
Yeah.
Erin is up into second place as well. Zili Avazu, Mao Nakamura, Melody Sikakawa, Anon Matsufuji, and Osh Mackenzie will be joining Miho Nanaka in
Strong
finals.
Japanese contention in finals.
Yep. Annie has a breath and a think. That said it all,
good.
didn't it?
It's good.
Just like, what do I do here? Crimps the edge. MC doing some rapping out on the stage.
Go Annie.
Go Annie, indeed.
Okay, come on.
Calm so far. How do you release that left foot safely? That's what it's all about.
Come on. You know what you need to do. There are no other options.
Doesn't work again. Tough stuff for Annie Sanders at the moment. In this sort of middle season grind she's in here. Building up towards, obviously, world champs at the end of the season. Innsbruck is a big sort of scamp in everyone's passports.
Yeah, for sure. The Boulder Lead Combo World Cup is...
Yeah. There is Josh Larson, USA coach. He will be in mixed emotions, I would imagine.
Yeah. This would be impressive, though.
Yeah, if Annie can do it, it'll be amazing. If Kyra can do it, it'll be amazing. Whatever, Josh is happy, but obviously he's got to be quite neutral right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if trusting that right foot, though, Jack, you know, maybe it'll work. I'm throwing things at walls here to see if he'll stick. Oh, she makes it.
She's done the foot swap. Okay.
Surely not. 8 seconds. She's going to get timed out. Got to be fast. Oh, my goodness, she might have just done it.
No way.
I don't know.
Was that in time?
I mean, whatever, this will be appealed. Like, this is a...
Oh, my God, that was incredible.
But, I mean, will it be an appeal? Because why appeal?
What, if it's in time, then it's in time, and it's not there.
It's not going to affect any other teams.
Oh, my God.
Has she been given it? I need to see it. Can you check on the app?
I try.
Oh, my goodness, because we haven't been upgraded on the scoreboard.
Come on, give us results.
Wow. So just to explain to everyone why we're so excited here. Because if she's awarded that, fine, she bumps Kyra out.
No signal.
Okay? There's no signal. So we've lost signal in the stadium. I'm going to try and find mine. Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, if that's awarded, and like, on the line, then Annie's in finals, Kyra is out.
Yes, and then who appeals it? If it was another team, you would appeal.
But, like, it's America versus America.
Annie's
US.
in, according to mine.
Annie got given the top.
Yes. Well, let's see the hand. This is the leaderboard as it stands, okay? Not quite. There's it. Miho Nanaka leading the way, 59. Erin, Celia, Mao, Melody, Anon Osh, Annie Sanders, Kyra Condi just outside.
Oh.
54.3 being the score. It is a heartbreaker. I mean, 1 second away for Kyra Condi. Got to feel for her. But also, what a performance from Annie Sanders.
Yeah, that was
1 second
incredible.
away.
What a showing.
Yeah. And yes, I mean, any other team would be right in appeal for us.
Yeah. But most teams won't appeal against their own team, which is like fair, but...
Yeah, and why would you? And why would another team appeal against that? Because whatever an American athlete's going through. Doesn't matter if it's Kyra or Annie, really.
Wow.
Well, we'll wait and see how that one plays up. I might have a chat with Josh Larson if I can in the break and discover things.
An end to a semi-final.
Best ending ever. Jack McDougall, round of applause for you, sir, because... oh, hang on, before we go, because my phone has buzzed. There is a video check of the last top.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, that will be because a judge can also check.
Yes. And they want to know the right.
Yeah. But we are likely to go off air before that happens. So we will leave you sort of...
Keep refreshing your apps, guys.
Well, exactly. Keep refreshing the apps. Try to talk to the social media guys in the IFSC to try to update you at home about what goes on there, because a literal cliffhanger in a climbing comp. Couldn't ask for any more.
It's crazy.
Goosebumps.
Wow. What a round, what a round.
Goosebumps. Well, this evening we will have the finals. And, of course, the men's round will be completed tomorrow with semi-finals and finals. And do remember, you can check the World Climbing Club on YouTube. Free to watch on YouTube. We have behind-the-scenes interviews, all the results, some of the highlights and more action from every World Cup. And you can go back and watch the previous rounds as well. All that free to watch. And, of course, Demetrius, our IFSC photographer, is taking the amazing photos. Well, Jack, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Really fun.
What a semi-finals. I don't expect this every time, but you can come back whenever.
That was a good one to come.
Right, everyone, we'll be back this evening. We will see you very soon for more IFSC action. Good afternoon.